check everything here. Make sure we're up to that. Whoops. I think we should be up. Yep, we are live. What's up, everybody? Let me do a quick little sound test real quick. Yep, we are. Yeah, we're good. You guys are doing well. Welcome to episode 216, RHD Podcast. Man, very interesting week that has happened over here. Good to see everybody in the chat. Hope y'all doing well. Wow. I don't even know where to start. We're going to go ahead and just get into the intros, and then we'll go right into it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you. What's going on? Red Hood, what's up, brother? What you been playing? What's going on? Trash. That's better than you should play. Nah, so you've been... So the typical party game that we play in Discord, has been your main go-to? Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
No, actually, I've been playing freaking Space Marine. Like, I'm on chapter 7 on that game. So.
Nice. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Oh. All right, my bad, y'all. There you go. They said they couldn't hear you. There's a reason. No, man. He's been playing. For those of you that don't know what he's been playing, if you missed what I said, he's been playing golf.
Dude, wait! I gotta say something. You're supposed to be the legendary producer.
That's pretty.
Producer, the one that built the solid pass on the ground up. Look at this guy. This is the guy right here. What the fuck? All right, go ahead and tell me what you've been playing again, man. God.
Oh my.
Golly, man.
Been playing golf with Blaze whenever I can, and then 14 Space Marine because of seeing the trailers for Space Marine 2. Chapter 7, great game. I can only play in small doses, but people should check it out. Came out, I think, the 360 generation.
There you go.
So, check out Space Marine.
Interesting week, to say the least. Wouldn't you say, Red Hood? Interesting week.
Yeah, are you gonna ask Blaze about the games he's been playing? Like,
look at this guy, Red Hood.
I haven't been playing any games, so you can skip me.
Such a front. He's such a front.
But no. Stop saying, man. You literally had audio problems. Stop the cap.
I didn't have audio problems. I'm fine.
Oh my, whatever.
Anyway, what's up, Blaze? Welcome. What you been playing, bro? Blaze? I think he stepped away, didn't he? He stepped away. Look what you did, Red. That's what you did.
You pushed me away, Red Hood. You pushed me away. No, I'm not talking to you.
All right.
I've been playing, though. If you want to know what I've been playing Lucky Tales, a little bit of Kingdom Hearts, and Recore. That's about it.
What?
That's a blast from the past.
Recore, Lucky's Tale, and Kingdom Hearts. Been having a blast.
There you go. So let's get right into this, man. I'm going to start with the first bit of news. This is surrounding Forspoken. So the demo, everybody is going crazy over the demo. It's not making the quote-unquote impact that some people were expecting. They were looking at it, there was a few analysis for the actual demo, and it turns out that in performance mode, the game runs at 720p. Natively, it's around 1440 and everything else, and dudes have a problem with it. Listen. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. Like I told you guys multiple times, even when we broke down the PS5 together, and I gave you everything with it. 1800p, 1440p would have been perfect for all games from PS5 going forward. I have no issue with that, which is performance modes. That's just it. So doesn't bother me whatsoever that the game is running quote unquote at 720p. If that is the case, it doesn't bother me. I can't speak for you guys.
What game is running at 720p?
Forspoken. And performance mode.
Bro, are they fucking serious?
Hey.
Yes, they're serious.
Are they fucking joking?
Hey, man.
Tell me that's a joke.
You would think it was, but it's
Forspoken's performance mode is running at a dynamic 720p, or is it a native 720p? Either way,
it's like dynamic.
It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
Oh God.
I think I think it goes right to
Jordan
the
right in
lowest
time
of
for it,
720p.
Dude,
That's really bad. That's really bad.
The last couple of days, all I've been thinking about is Forspoken, and I was like, the first topic we're going to talk about this week is Forspoken.
Oh no,
I got so many things to say. I got so many things to say about Forspoken, but I gotta zip the lips, man.
Wait. Okay. Question: good or bad? Is it good or bad, or is it in the middle, or is it like between like which? Not even that.
I'm not even saying anything.
Oh wow!
Other than the fact that I played 2 demos of it so far, which I can talk about, which is the TGS demo and the demo that everyone else played. But
I mean,
and you're playing the final demo right now.
Maybe.
No comment.
But that's crazy. We could go into also the review stuff too, because it's not looking too good too. On top of the technical aspect.
You want to know what's sad about Forspoken? Some kid posted a little post on Twitter, and it's, when you go to pre-order or you go buy a game on PlayStation, and it showed like 68 people had pre-ordered Forspoken, and then he shows Dead Space, and it's one other friend pre-ordered Dead Space.
I saw that.
Yeah.
And I understand people. I understand some people don't pre-order everything, or they don't pre-order that far out. But Dead Space is not that far out. It's just, bro. Listen, I don't care if you like PlayStation. I don't care. Like, you guys gotta fucking get slapped in the mouth and wake up sometimes, bro. Like, you don't have to co-sign everything PlayStation throws at you.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw someone replied and said that if you download the demo of Forspoken, that counts as part of that 60 whatever pre-order. I don't know if it's true.
Huh?
I mean,
maybe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
you think that's a marketing?
Wow.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw someone post that, and it kind of made sense, because I was like, okay, I could see, like, everybody on the list downloading the demo. Like, everybody seemed to have done that. I don't know whether I don't want to start rumors or anything like that. I'm just saying that some dude on Twitter was saying that's the case. So
let me ask you this: was this game on all you guys' radars? Were you guys excited for Forspoken?
No.
Was anybody?
I was kind of like mid going into it for sure.
What about you, Blaze? Were you hyped for it or excited for Forspoken?
Forspoken looked underwhelming since the minute I saw it.
I gave it a pass for the powers.
You know what it looks like? It looks like they're a development team that doesn't know what they want to make. It looks like a development team that got kicked out of the main line and now is lost and doesn't know what to do. It looks like a development team that made Final Fantasy 15 and now got pushed out and says, "Yeah, make your own shit," and they don't know what to make. You're kicking alligators, and it doesn't look. I don't know. This shit looks weird, bro. This shit looks mid as fuck, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the traversal, like, that looks really cool for the game, but I was just like, the powers is probably like the only thing that kind of like made you kind of look at it. Everything else about it was like barren. I don't know. I didn't really feel like there was a lot going on with the game.
As well as like the freaking dialogue, man. It sounds like, I say this all the time. It sounds like literally something ripped out of a CW show. Like, in terms of the dialogue,
you went
like,
there.
It really does. And listen, I give Horizon Forbidden West the most shit all the time, but guess what? There's no fucking way Forspoken looks empty, and like, seriously, and it doesn't even look up to par to Horizon. And the performance mode, it's just, that's what I'm saying, bro. The PlayStation is a first party machine, people. You don't have to like it. You don't have, I mean, you can get mad at that statement. That's what it is.
Wow. But what you about to say, Hunter? What you about that to? Hunter? No, I see.
He's frozen.
He's frozen.
Yeah, he might have been frozen.
But no, the whole thing, man, I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, 720p for performance mode. I'm like, I mean, I've seen worse. We kind of seen we seen worse, but it just
You know,
kind of
even
underwhelming,
Returnal,
though.
like dynamic hit,
Yeah.
like I think the lowest was 1080,
Like 1080,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whereas this, it's 720, which is insane to me. Like we're
Mm.
back in like I feel some PS4 games, a lot of PS3 games.
Is this game?
Hey, and
on
this is
PS4?
Big Cloud.
Is it on
Big
PS4?
Cloud. This is the same. Big Cloud. This is the
No.
same thing that happened to Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
They didn't give Gotham Knights a performance mode for a fucking reason.
Yeah.
Because maybe they were scared because wow, like hey, we'll put a dynamic resolution on this, and they were so scared that it's not gonna hold up. That's probably why they avoided it in the first place.
Yeah. No, I agreed. It's more likely the case. It makes sense for Gotham Knights. And, you know, I was critical about that game for, you know, those particular reasons. But it's like, dude, if that's really what's going on here and they just they don't want to bite the bullet on it and they don't want to hold the L, I mean, it's like, hey, it's, I guess I commend them, you know, in a sense. Like, do I commend them? I guess, because I don't know, man. I feel like we've seen games really push the envelope and really offer 5 times more. Oh, there's our. But I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Everything is looking spooky about the game. Everything.
I
And then
mean,
we got like news coming out. Like, dude, at the middle of the night, like people were saying stuff when it comes to reviews and
Yeah.
finding out that it's literally the day before,
Mhm.
which day before the day of. The day of is even way worse, but the day before, and also not every outlet is getting review
Are we,
copies.
we're still talking about Forspoken?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got cut off there.
And like
Oh,
a lot of the
Yeah,
like,
but
review
the-
outlets don't have it either, which is interesting.
The
Yeah.
thing. Okay, I'm like getting like really like pissed off. with
Okay.
shit like this. Because here's the thing. Like first of all, a lot of reviews come out the day before, right?
Mhm.
Like, people are just mad at Forspoken. Okay, that's just the bottom line. People are just mad. They hate the game. They think that the demo pissed them off. There are so many games, and I guarantee that every single person watching, I could find 5 of your favorite games in the last year that had reviews within a day or two before the game comes out.
Yeah.
And that happens all the time, all the time. The other thing too is that all the time sites get not given codes. Okay, like every if you go look on Metacritic at some of the bigger games, you'll always find that there's like 5 or 10 or whatever sites that don't get the game, and so that's nothing new. But the other thing too is that people are taking this way out of proportion, because I was looking at the people that were complaining publicly about not getting review codes for this game. One of the things I noticed is that it seemed like the majority of them were asking for the game on PC. Okay, so that to me already, like, I'm trying to like figure out like what's going on here. So
Yeah.
I've been reviewing games for a decade plus. I'm fully aware that in a lot of cases, in way too many cases, more than it should, is that codes are staggered, right? Like there's like I think
Yep.
a classic example, and we all know this because we went through this as a team last year, is Elden Ring, right? I was given the PC code. I wanted to review on PS5, of course. I love my PS5. I was given a PC code before the PS5 codes were available. So basically, Bandai Namco had said to me, look, we'll get you the PC code because we got that now. I know it's not your preferred platform, but in a week or so, when we get the PS5 codes, then we'll get you that code. That's
Yeah,
your
you're
preferred
guaranteed
platform.
to get it. Yeah.
So the thing is, like, staggered codes for platforms is totally normal. The other thing too that was just pointed out to me actually just like 20 minutes ago before I jumped on the podcast here, and I think it actually makes sense, but I have to go and check to make sure. But it does seem like the majority, if not all, the people that don't have codes that are complaining about it are Europe and I think actually mainly UK based.
Yeah.
Right. It's VGC, it's
Yeah,
Skill Up, yeah. Anyways, if you go through and look at it, it appears to be UK isolated. So the thing is, like, I just think, like, yes, of course it's concerning. Yes, of course we should be mad at Square Enix. They should not do situations like this. But like, clearly to me it seems like it's geographically isolated and it's also potentially platform isolated, which to me still makes it a big issue that we have to talk about, of course, but it's not like people are like talking like, you know, the sky's falling, this is the worst thing ever. Like, no, like as far as I can tell, most, if not all of the US, right, the North American companies, I know Australia has codes for it too. So like it's not, it's an issue, like a localized issue, probably with like Square Enix UK.
You know what
whatever,
you know what the other issue is too, to add on to what you're saying, obviously with Square Enix. Everybody's really calling out the requirements. Did you guys see the requirements for this
It's
game?
really bad.
Really bad. Optimization clearly was not on the table.
I think
for
you
this
need
game.
a 4080, right, for recommended or something, or the highest setting.
3080, I think it said. 30.
No, 40.
It was 4080? Oh, wow.
Yep.
Jesus.
yeah.
Sheesh.
Same with like, well, Returnal wasn't as high, but it was still high too. So I don't. Well, no, it wasn't as high as Forspoken, but it was.
Yeah.
I know people were still like, whoa, like.
Oh no, I was agreeing with you. I think they need like a 10. They was asked for like 1080, 1070 or something like that for Returnal recommended.
Returnal, I forgot. All I remember people complaining about was the RAM, which was 32 gigs.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think Returnal was mainly the RAM that was.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that was
being called out at. But yeah, for sure, there's got to be like some kind of issue with PC. Like I don't know why. The only thing that I can think of, I don't know. I'm not like I'm not a huge like, you know, spec guy or whatnot. But the only thing that I can possibly think of that may play into it is like the load speeds that we've seen in the demo, and then also, you know, the developers have been talking about too, is like, boom, it's like it's ridiculous. Like it's faster than Ghost of Tsushima. Like it's crazy. It's like instantaneous. So I don't know. Like is that the reason why?
Nah,
either that or the world is too big.
No. That would be NVMe SSD direct storage which they're implementing in Windows 11. That's not going to have to do with graphics and rendering or anything like that. When it comes to having like requiring a 4080, that's just.
But is it
like poor optimization?
Yeah, unless they made the game too big for their own good. Like, you know, we just went through this last year, Hunter, with Gotham Knights. You know, the game was a little too big for what they originally planned.
Well, that's just it. Like yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe they just loaded too much at one time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
that's the problem.
Because I remember,
World's barren.
like, because you're right. Like Gotham Knights was like, you know, pausing and loading and slow down and stutters, like every possible thing.
And we saw that.
You could imagine.
If you go back in all the old trailers, I mean, if you guys like literally go back to the old trailers for Forspoken, we saw a lot of that, even with the power showcase. You know what I'm talking about? They were showing the water abilities. It was doing like that little stutter / freeze and certain them. So maybe that's the reason. I don't even know, but.
Well, the other thing too that I was
the
thinking
engine
about too,
also is notorious to be bad. Like a lot of people, like, dude, Nomura of Kingdom Hearts 3, he was using Luminous Engine and hated it, and was so bad to utilize that he worked on it for 2 years, had to scrap everything and restart with Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
What you about to say, Hunter?
Oh, I was gonna say that you know, like possibly like one other reason why is like traversal in Forspoken is like super fast. Like you're basically like running as fast as you could drive in Batman. Like, do you know what I mean? So I don't like maybe they because you're moving so fast that the game has to load like a much larger area versus other games where you're walking slowly, where the game can render at the same pace that you're moving. I don't really get it, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just glad that like I'm certainly going to play the game on PS5 and not have to worry about all that madness. But I feel bad for PC owners because, I mean, everyone was saying that they don't have specs, right? Like,
yeah.
I did want to like go back to the reviews though, because like I remember Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, right? That everyone got like ample time, right, as well as so many previews for that game. In terms of content creators, and then like allowing reviews. I don't think it was the day before. I could be wrong. And they were pretty confident with that game. It just, to me, just feels like they're not confident with this game, like at all, is what I get a feeling for when it comes to Forspoken.
Yeah, but
I-
like,
like-
dude, I'll totally challenge that because people this is an exact repeat of what everyone was saying about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, yeah,
Gar-
that's true.
Gar-
That was a
Gar-
good
Gar-
game. That was a good game. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, oh, okay, I'll challenge to like a degree because yes, like in general, these are bad signs, like
Yeah.
for sure.
But
like,
there's
you know,
there's hope. There's hope,
day,
obviously.
day before, but I just want to like the only reason why I got like super frustrated about it is because like there's like it's definitely caution. Like if I were to put up a flag, I'd probably put up like a yellow flag, right? But like the way I was seeing everyone reacting was like I saw people tweeting out like 20 red flags, and I'm like talking about like there's so many. I can't even. I should start documenting this stuff. But there's so many games that I'll get review copies like 24 hours before the game comes out, or a date, or the embargoes are like 12 hours before the game releases. It happens all the freaking time.
And that's a fact and a fair point. I think maybe because a lot of people still have like certain games like embedded in their minds that went through similar things. Like the last game that we played, all of us, was Callisto Protocol. That's another example of that. You know.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like people like we've like accustomed ourselves to this, right? Like
Yeah.
if it's people like weirdly judge
Yep.
the quality of a game based on the amount of time, this very specific amount of time between the game and the reviews. If it's 24 hours before, then it's like the game's a disaster, total disaster. If it's 2 days, it might be okay. If it's like 3 to 4 days before the game comes out, oh, they're confident. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
which is generally yes, but generally is like the word, right? Like it's generally, it's
Oh
not
yeah,
always.
dude, like it could be like 2 weeks, and they're super confident. Like
Must
we'll
say,
probably
yeah.
go into the show like
Yep.
Last of Us, which we'll
Or,
talk more into it.
Yeah, well, definitely. And also, God of War. How early were the reviews for God of War up? It was
Like a week and a half.
a week and a
right?
half,
Or a week?
right? Yeah, but I'm 2 weeks for God
Yeah.
of War. So yeah.
I think though, like I really do actually honestly believe in that case that Sony is the exception. Like I would actually like almost just like not even worry about Sony and discount them entirely for conversations like this because they're totally Sony is ridiculous, right? Like ridiculous in comparison to every other publisher, right? I remember a few years ago they gave me The Last of Us Part 2. It was over 4 weeks before the game came out, and even God of War Ragnarok, I have to double check, but it was something like I had 2.5 weeks, I think, to play before it came out, and maybe it was more, 3 weeks. I don't remember. But some people even had it like a week and a half or before I did, right?
Yep.
But that is like, dude, that like going back 5 years ago, that might have been like a little bit more normal. Like publishers would give you a few weeks to play these games. But dude, that is like totally the exception. If you get a week to review a game, that's a lot of time. Usually, like most of the games are like fought within 5 days of launch.
Yep. They give you that for Elden Ring, right? Didn't Elden Ring give like 5 days?
No, Elden Ring was another one that was an exception.
Oh well.
Like a bit. I mean, Blaze he might remember better, but it was like.
Was it
2
2
or
weeks?
3 weeks,
Was
man.
it 2
It
weeks?
was like
you
two.
guys?
It was maybe it was 2 weeks.
It was pretty like.
Maybe it was
like,
2 weeks.
They gave it
I know.
like early, not late. They gave
Yeah,
it pretty early.
like I was well past 60 hours into the game
Wow.
when the embargo hit. Like I had it for a few weeks, but again, that was rare, like super rare. And I should actually also preface too that I'm talking about the average amount of time that most websites will get. Like the overwhelming majority of websites will get. There's still the like, you know, the IGNs and the GameSpots of the world that they'll get the games like 3 weeks early, right? I'm sure some games they still get closer to launch.
Yes
but-
and no, actually. They're kind of in the same boat as you. Because when I did the GTA playthrough for San Andreas, or whatever, we literally got it on the day of release. We didn't get it early. So
Yeah.
So it depends.
It depends on the game, but basically like most publishers for most games will have like phased rollouts of their codes, right? They always have like, here's the premium outlets that will get it first. Here's the secondary ones that will give it like 2 or 3 days before the game releases. Here's the people will give at launch, and then here's the people we don't care about that will give like 3 days after the game releases.
Yeah.
IGN will always be, well, should always be on that first
They'll
list.
definitely be a priority. Yeah, they're guaranteed anything.
Yeah.
It's just it's up to the publisher at the end of the day on whether or not they're gonna go, hey, you get it a week early, 2 weeks, 3 days, 2 days.
Yeah, like they already have Dead Space. They already have. I'm gonna guess they.
Oh yeah,
probably
they
have
definitely because they're doing the previews for
Hogwarts.
Dead Space, right? So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
Yeah,
that game looks. Oh my God, are you guys day one? I mean, Jesus Christ, that game looks
hey man,
incredible.
Listen,
Dead Space. Oh yeah, man.
Dude.
Dead Space. Or,
You seen the
yeah.
last preview? Yeah, the last preview. Oh my God. Whoo!
That's good.
That looks fucking.
They're like
nice.
adding. It looks like they took out the power nodes.
the little
Doing
batteries.
security
Yeah,
clearance
yeah.
now, which I don't know how you get it. I'm assuming optional.
It's story
Maybe
based,
optional
so you
quest
get
or
level
something?
1 clearance. You start off as level 1 clearance as an engineer, and you go and then you beat the levels, and then you get different access codes to go through there. And they also showed the unitologist, more to the unitologist, which looks awesome as well. Kendra's got some all brand new scenes like thrown into the game, new dialogue. She looks good. Everything looks good. I'm excited for it. They really redid everything. Like that looks awesome. Even the new power thing that you can toggle, that you can choose to go through an area with limited oxygen to get from point A to B, or you can turn it
Lighter
on and have the
oxygen.
lights off. It's like I like that option. I like how they did that. That's cool. That can
I'm
open
wondering
up different things.
if that's gonna be like a lot because the IGN person was just like, we only got like one section to see, but we don't know whether or not that'll happen multiple times or not.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be interesting if it does or doesn't do that. Like I think it's gonna be dope. Like you see the flash, you see different guns, like different modifiers and all that to add to your guns.
They changed
Which sounds very kind of like reminiscent to Dead Space 3.
Yeah,
if I
they
recall.
changed the alternate fire of the weapons too. Remember the force gun? You guys remember that gun that you just push them back?
Right, yeah.
This one actually shoots like all the flesh off, and you can see the bones and like they're extra weak. And I like that. Like that looks really really good. The contact beam weapon looked dope. They changed the Ripper. It now ricochets off of walls, so that's cool to give you like those trick shots, take out enemies in tight corners. That's good. You got the plasma cutter, which extended mag, so that's good. I like what they did. They really were creative with this. Now obviously this is the first one is goated. Obviously part 2 is goated. I can't wait till we get part 2 because we know this is gonna just lead to part 2. But
the only way to get part 2 is people gotta buy.
They're buying this. They're buying this. From what I'm seeing,
that's all I gotta tell people. Also, if you get it on PC, I don't know if you buy it or you pre-order, you get Dead Space 2 on PC as well.
Yeah,
something like that. So if you're a PC player, you might want to look into that.
We're like, where are you seeing that people are buying? Because I was actually like,
I'm saying people are gonna buy it. I'm saying people are gonna buy it. I'm saying.
I hope so. I don't actually know like what the pre-order status is of this game, but all I know is that we talked about earlier. I saw people tweeting about how many people had pre-ordered the game on their like on their friends list. I was shocked. I was like, I saw a couple of people that did that. I was like, one person I think had one friend, the other person had 2 friends, and I'm like, seriously, like.
There's also
I really hope they're not like representative of the wider population out there.
It's EA Motive, right? Making this, right? EA Motive.
Yeah, EA Motive.
So you would think EA Motive would at least put a tweet out similar to the Hogwarts team surrounding that game, because they're pretty much saying, hey, look, this might be one of the highest selling games of 2023 with that tweet about the pre-orders. So I don't know. You might.
No, Hogwarts absolutely is going to smash Dead Space in terms of sales. So that's
no
way
question
about it.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, I was just really curious about the because I of course like there's lots of examples of games that get reviewed before launch, and you I think Red, you actually mentioned about Final Fantasy VII, which just released last month.
Yep.
2 months ago. Yeah, last month.
Before.
That was looks like that was like a week. Like reviews came out a week beforehand.
And they did the previews like the week before or something. Like the people did like walkthroughs of chapters 1 and 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
On top of that,
so that looks
Dying Light. What looks like it was like 2 days, but of course that game had some technical issues, so that might be why.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyhow, I was just curious. Stranger of the Paradise looks like the embargo for that was like almost like a week.
Yep.
No. Like 5 days or so. 5 days or something before the.
How'd you guys feel about well, I'll get to that in a second as well, but okay. Actually, while we're on the Hogwarts situation, so Hogwarts has a group of people trying to boycott the game over J.K. Rowling's comments.
Oh God.
Listen, J.K. Rowling. I said this in a separate live show. Hey, listen, I'm supporting the game. I'm supporting the developer. I'm not supporting. I don't care what J.K. Rowling has to say. I don't pay her no mind. But you dudes really hold on to everything. And then they and what's weird about it, they were going to these stream links saying like, oh, if you buy this game, you're a bad person. And then they're like, hey, I'm gonna throw rocks at you. I see you online.
No. We gotta stop this. We gotta stop. No. If we're gonna live on a high moral ground, you're gonna have to live on a high moral ground for the rest of your life. That cell phone you bought, you know where that's made from? And not good facilities, to say the least.
Tell them.
When it comes to your cell phone, or the tech you own, even some of the clothes you own, like bro, you would have to be abstaining from a not so amazing lifestyle. So you would have to like choose to be like that. People pick and choose what they want to do when it comes to a moral like high standing. Like dude, just I think like people need to chill when it comes to that.
The other thing too is like it's abundantly obvious that the people that are choosing to boycott this one are folks that feel like, you know, personally affected by J.K. Rowling, like her words and her actions, which you know what, I totally get. I totally get it. If I thought something or was something and somebody was like attacking who I am or what I'm believing, like for sure I could see myself not being happy about that and being, you know, pissed off about it. But like what you're saying, Red, it's like you can't just pick and choose that one thing.
Yeah.
Like, well, the thing is, okay, so let me back up. If you personally are offended by something and you personally like are so offended by it that you don't want to support that, like that's your right. By all means, don't buy whatever you don't want to buy. Only buy the things you want to buy. You can even tweet, I'm not going to buy this game. Like that's totally fine. But it's when you push your thoughts and your agendas onto other folks where I start taking issues about it. But back to what I was saying earlier, like it really depends on what Red was saying is like you can't just pick and choose your battles, man. Like you can't buy an Activision game. Okay, you can't buy an Activision game
and not buy Hogwarts,
and you can't play and enjoy and tweet about an Activision game. Yeah, when they literally drove a woman, an employee, to suicide. Like you can't, and among other
cameras in the bathroom. I mean,
terrible, misogynistic, you know, shit that they've done over like really bad shit if you look into it. You just can't, man. You can't. And you know, like you know that all these people that are going there saying that you should boycott Hogwarts. You all know. Everybody knows.
They're buying the shit.
If you dig into their life, right? If we open up Pandora's box and look into, put a magnifying glass on them and start looking into their lives, they probably do such terrible crap. Right, and buy things from terrible people, from terrible companies, like literally every day, right? You can't even go to your favorite store and buy something without either the owners of that company being terrible or the supply chain
somewhere else.
Yeah, the manufacturers are awful people. Like all the technology that's powering us going right into your homes, into YouTube, it's probably, you know, if you dig into it, bad things are even your game consoles, man. Like,
let's keep it a buck. Let's throw another game into the mix here. Let's say let's use this with another company like Rocksteady. Like the CEO of Rocksteady was doing what J.K. Rowling is doing. Are you not going to buy Arkham Knight or the Arkham series? You want us to not buy the Arkham series, not support our games that we've been waiting for? I mean, dude, they're gonna buy what they want to buy. It's that simple. And
yeah, it's just.
Dudes are ridiculous. They find these ridiculous little battles to fight for. Again, if you feel offended, that's completely on you. Understandable, you ain't gotta buy it, but do not try to force your little mindset on other people and try to
as
guilt
well
them.
as streamers too,
Yeah,
like that want to play the game.
Yeah,
like
I
you're
a bad
too.
person for streaming this. You're terrible for playing. Like, dude, stop this.
Let's bring this home to us, man.
Yep.
We watched WWE.
Prime example.
Dude, we watched WWE. Like if we thought like these other folks, we should not watch this WWE programming anymore. Like, look at how like
everything.
We don't even know all the bad things that have happened, but the ones that we do know seem pretty damn bad.
Oh, it's about to,
Vince
they about to be
McMahon
swept
had
under
to
the
step
rug.
down for a
he's
year.
back. He's back now, and he
I
swept everything under the rug, which is
back.
crazy. So he's about to sell the company, but
yeah, it's just it's like I hate to say it, but like there's so much bad crap in this world that if I were to care about like every last bad thing that happens to the degree of what people are doing with Hogwarts Legacy, I don't even know how I could live. I don't know how I could live. The vast majority of the entertainment that I enjoy, I probably shouldn't. Even the game companies, like this is the thing, even the game companies that I love, like Naughty Dog, there's so many stories out there about crunch culture and people, foregoing their families and their vacations and their personal time and their stress and like burnout and depression and like, dude, how can you support that? Like that is bad shit. But
it's the internet, dude. Like, listen, if they can find something they can dogpile on and probably get a few clicks to their little whatever channel or whatever the case may be, they'll do it. And that's what it is in this particular case. You're a terrible person for supporting the game, okay? I better not see you buy an Activision game. I better not see you buy, this other I better not. I better not see a Call of Duty game.
Or even your electronics, too.
Electronics, I would need you to cut all that shit out. I don't want to see no iPhone in that house. But I need that for my accessory. No, you don't. You get an Android. Get an Android.
Yeah.
But no, that's what dudes do, man.
But the thing, the most important point for this whole conversation, though, is that these are actually things that are worth talking about, right?
Yep.
Like this phone that I got in my hand. It's worth talking about the fact that the conditions that this phone is made in is suboptimal and downright nasty for so many people. Like it's totally worth talking about, and we should have more conversation. Like if I haven't fully looked into all the things that J.K. Rowling has said. From what I have seen, I don't think I agree with much or all of it. It seems like stuff that I just don't believe in. So people should be challenging her on this, and people should be talking about it. It's just like you have to isolate the conversation with the people involved, that just want to live their life and not have to deal with your BS. Like
exactly.
Fight your battle, but because like I'm looking forward to posting. I'm going to be posting a lot, of course, about Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, we all are. I'm all in, dude. Day one. I bought the Ultimate Edition. I don't know about you. I didn't buy the collector's, but I bought the Ultimate Edition for it. I was all in. I was sold the moment we saw the common rooms and everything. Like it just looks awesome. And when we saw I don't know if y'all saw the open world gameplay where he's flying around on the broomstick. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Oh yeah. Well, that was in the state of play, right? That was.
I think it was was it or was it after? Because I know they were talking.
It was in the state of, they had like the state of play was like 5 minutes on each little aspect of the game. So the Hogwarts and going to school and flying around and the outside town and all that. Like, but they had like a good 2 or 3 minutes of you flying on the broom and talking about that.
Oh yeah.
Which I didn't look at. There probably was like deeper dives later on, but I try to look as much into games as I need to know whether or not I want to play it or not. But then I try not to look further, because you mentioned about like Dead Space 2 and all the latest trailers for that. I try to avoid that because I want to
Oh,
like,
you want to be
go in.
surprised?
Yeah, like I for sure watch State of Plays and like some of the more dedicated shows, but I don't watch like after State of Play they'll have like a series of 4 or 5 other videos that deep dive into the audio, deep dive into the cinematics or whatever. I tend to avoid some of that stuff just because I like going in fresh, mostly for my games.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
dude, the other thing I was gonna say too is that this has just been like such an annoying week on always Twitter is annoying, but this week's been exceptionally annoying because I don't know if you guys seen, but it's not just Harry Potter that people are taking issue with. They're also taking issue with Atomic Heart. Right?
Wait, what? Atomic Heart's getting flack?
No, yeah, it
But
is.
Pe-
Because of the war.
What's going on with
because-
Atomic Heart?
I haven't looked into it, but I saw.
I think the
people tweeting
developers, I could
that-
be wrong, are Russian. And
Yeah, I
that's
think
why.
they're either Russian or they're Russian funded.
Yeah, something like that.
But
Don't
I
take my
saw
word for it.
I saw people tweeting images side by side, like here's Hogwarts Legacy and here's Atomic Heart, and if you're buying or pre-ordering any of these 2 games, like you're a bad person. I'm just like, oh my god, and then
Wow.
not only that, but then to make things worse, and this I hate when people do this, like I just hate it, but people always demand that companies take a stance, right? They're always like demanding. So apparently, I guess like all these pissed off people like went to the developers and were like, you have to take a stance. Like you tell us your definitive position. And then what they said is that they don't really comment on political issues. They like to keep politics out of
which is good. And my thing is, they can't do it because
well, yeah,
that's not
but
allowed. That is either it's not allowed for them to speak on that, like because if not, they also receive repercussions. Like so people don't also realize that.
Yeah, like people were just, for lack of a better word, like just harassing the developers.
Some people are complaining that there's robot sex in the game. Is that the type of dumb shit people complain about on the internet right now? I'm looking on Twitter. Dudes really complaining that there's like robot sex in Atomic.
Oh, that's not the reason.
In Atomic?
No,
it's not. It has to do with Russia.
Oh,
People just wouldn't let them go until they came out and like flatly condemned what was going on. And
wow.
that's why, like, dude, just go on Twitter right now. You'll see people complaining, right?
Wow.
I mean, we just experienced this too. Like, what was it last week when like, what is it, Justin Roiland, the High on Life, right? Like, people can call me the worst terrible person in the world, but you know what? Like, I'm still playing High on Life. Like, he's an awful dude. Like, I don't know if it's true. I shouldn't say he's an awful dude.
We don't know the story yet. Yeah, we don't know the story yet.
Assuming it's true, and it seems, it probably is true based on the evidence that at least I've seen so far, but like, it probably is true. So he's probably not a nice guy, right? And like, would I don't know. It's just like, if there was another game like set in the Rick and Morty universe, like, would I support it? You know what? I might be a bad person, but I can't, like, I don't know, dude. I still listen every now and again to Michael Jackson. I'll fully admit it, man. I'll fully admit it. I must be the worst person in the world. I swear to God, I must be like the devil. I'm the worst. We don't know 100% of what he did was true, but we can assume it's true.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say, man. I can't. When Thriller comes on, it's on my Spotify list. When Thriller comes on, I cannot help being excited and sing along and like get my son sometimes will be in the room and he'll listen to it, right? I can't, dude. He'll dance and like, dude, it's just. I don't know, man.
It's I'm telling you, everybody's looking for that gotcha moment on the internet. It doesn't matter what it is. Games,
like,
movies,
hey, man,
is what it is.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
They're legit looking for it. And they're like, hey, you know what? I'm not supporting you because I got this. And it's like, bro, That's one person. That one person doesn't dismiss what a team is doing on a game. Doesn't. And from what I've seen from the team that's working on Hogwarts, I forgot the name of the team that's working on it, but
the Portkey or whatever.
Those guys. From what I've seen from these developers, they're definitely passionate about the project. It shows in just the overall scenes. It shows in the gameplay. I'm excited. I've been waiting for this type of game for a long time. And guess what? I'm buying that shit. Day one.
Yeah.
Atomic Heart. I've been asking for that for a long time. I'm buying that shit. Maybe not day one, but I will buy that because it depends on how much time Hogwarts takes. But, I mean, I'm buying all these games are going to be purchased. That simple.
A bunch of friggin' devils we are, man.
Hey.
Just kidding.
Hey,
Just kidding.
You know how to be on the net. You know how to be. Speaking of fire, speaking of this, the wild part on Twitter. So the main thing, aside from those two games you guys brought up, what we just got talking about, Microsoft is in the, they're in the fire right now. Turns out they have laid off over 10,000 employees, and this includes over 30 developers from 343. I don't think they said the amount of number for Bethesda, but Bethesda also has suffered layoffs, and everybody's questioning the future of Halo. Like, a lot of people were speaking about it on Twitter, saying like how Halo shouldn't be in the shape that it's in. It should be in a better shape, which we all agree. We talked about this multiple times. It should have been a better roadmap. And the crazy thing about it is Halo doesn't even have a fall guy for the whole situation. The last person to take the fall for all the criticism was Bonnie Ross, and Bonnie Ross is no longer with Xbox. So it's really weird. And if I remember correctly, what's his name? Joe Staten? Joe Staten?
Yeah.
He left. Yeah.
Course correct the game, and he came really late into the development of Halo Infinite, so he didn't really do much.
Yeah.
And then now he's back with Xbox Game Publishing. And the thing people don't realize is supposedly 1/3 of 343's cut down. And the layoffs in Bethesda are actually Bethesda Game Studios, which is or whatever the studio Todd Helms, whatever it's called. So like that's also interesting. So I'm assuming it's because of contractors, because the game's almost done. That's what I'm also assuming on that front. Also, I mean, you could probably look at it different ways, but hearing more of the rumors going with 343 though, is. So Jez clarified, like, they had no campaign DLC planned.
Yeah, it was scrapped from what I'm looking at from this.
No. He's saying that there was none. No plans at all.
Wow.
So, which is even crazier. That means, like,
surprised about
dude,
that,
like, they were saying that they were going to support this game for a long time, and they had no campaign plans.
Yeah.
Especially on supposedly the way people said the game ended off on, is insane to think about, and that there's going to be like a coordinator. Like the studio rumored is now to be a coordinator for the Halo IP, which means they're like a support studio.
Yeah,
that's the rumor going around now.
Yeah,
that's what it says here in the report. Or
which I can fully see. Like, it makes, dude. I don't want to like. I love developers, right? And I think game makers are awesome, but like, they need to be support studios. Like, or a support studio. I don't know what to say. They're not very good. Like, I shouldn't say that because obviously it depends on leadership too, and that's a huge part of it. But the whole 343 as a whole, including leadership, like everything is just falling apart there, and they absolutely need to rethink it. So I'm glad that they're doing it.
Yeah,
I'm glad they're outsourcing. I'm sure these other companies can probably do better.
I said this. Id, I'm interested if Id worked on a Halo like title.
Yeah,
I've been saying that for a minute.
Like a Doom crossover that we've been talking about multiple times. Yeah.
I don't think a Doom like them having the reins of actually making a Halo game.
I'm talking like a crossover battle, battle it out type of thing, Spartans versus.
I don't think so. That's way too different. You would have to like like plan it in terms of story, and even then they're in two different worlds. But I would say I would not mind id working on the gameplay and campaign. It would be pretty dope to see. But overall, it shows like there's mismanagement, and it's not a good thing for.
Even though they're overseeing it, do y'all see 343 kind of being like in a weird way kind of discontinued in a sense, like in terms of development, and just be like the office that oversees everything? Do you think that's the case? Because I really do think.
Well, except for
possible.
multiplayer, I mean, it seems like they'll still run with the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Whether or not they should is another question entirely. But I guess like the most disappointing, but not perhaps not unsurprising is if these rumors are true, because there was somebody that went on Reset Era and I think like Reddit as well, that gave like this whole rundown of like the backstory behind this, right? But they were saying that I guess like Microsoft doesn't see a whole lot of value in the campaigns. That the campaigns don't bring in a lot of money. They don't bring in a lot of retention. Like so Halo is going to essentially pivot to being multiplayer for the foreseeable future.
Yep.
That might appeal to a lot of gamers out there because Halo is known for its multiplayer, but that is like the death toll for me. Like it is just like
it's known for both.
I was a huge. I still got the figures. Man, I should bring that to next time. I got the T-shirts. I got the hats. I got the books. I got Master Chief figures on my mantle at home, and like I'm a huge fan of Halo, but like all of these games, like pretty much all of the games that I enjoy are because of the story, the characters, the world, how everything comes together, the lore, right? Like that's why I like. People call me a pony, but whatever. That's why I like Sony games these days, because they still deliver that. You know what I mean? Like Ghost of Tsushima, I'm still thinking about that game. What was it? That was like what? Like 4 years ago?
Was it 4 years or
2018? Was it
What's 2018?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, like four
like
5
almost
years ago.
almost 4 years ago. Like I just can't get this out of my mind. Like the story was so good, and you know what I mean? Last of Us, like Uncharted, you know what I mean? Like those are the things that
I mean, I know a company lays off employees. Like we noticed, we've seen this with Sony. They did this when they were restructuring the whole company as a whole. They laid off a bunch of employees, and they did the whole rebranding, for PlayStation and just for their business model as a whole when they went to globalization. So it's not uncommon that a company does this, but it's just weird that this happens right before the developer showcase. You know what I'm talking about? Like developer showcase.
Yeah, it's supposed to be next week, right?
Yeah, it's next week.
Yeah.
You would think that it would save this afterwards, but I mean,
did you guys see the Sting thing?
No.
Oh, you guys.
No. What happened?
this like it just broke. Like it just literally it just broke the news, but go look it up. But basically, it looked like from what I read, I think it was like just a few hours, or even like the day before they made the layoff announcements. The senior executives at Microsoft went on a retreat that obviously was probably like well catered, well paid for, and they even brought Sting in, the performer. That they brought Sting in to come and play a private concert for them.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
But this again, dude. This goes right back to what we were just talking about. Where literally every company and everything that we buy is filled with literally evil people. Like literally evil. Like, dude, if I was a fly in the wall at this Microsoft exec retreat, I would literally like picture Dr. Evil and his minions like plotting to destroy. Like, do you imagine how bad of a person you have to be? Imagine how awful of a human being you have.
I just felt
you have to be, dude. And did they make the final decision at this meeting? Like, or is this just like
even if they did, you look
a training session or like I don't know, collaboration?
Dude, you look shitty regardless. Even if the mind was made up, then you have somebody playing a song while you're packing your shit up, and you have to go and look for another job, which might not come immediately.
Yeah, like
so
this.
Oh man,
they said like it's reported that there was 50 senior executives that were at this retreat.
Wow.
Probably had with Sting performing. You got to imagine this probably would be $1 million plus, probably like maybe multiple million, flying out all the execs to like whatever this swanky resort probably would have been.
Jesus.
But like, dude, it's just awful, man. It's just everything's just awful, man. Like and
Wow.
and like we just saw that GameSpot and Giant Bomb and Polygon and
And
Metacritic,
TV
like
guy,
all-
TV guy as well.
TV guy, like they all had layoffs, but then I saw like reporters tweeting about this, where it's like the CEOs and the execs from those companies gave themselves raises in the last year. Like, it's just awful shit, man. It's awful shit. I can't imagine and the CEOs were obviously like making millions, right? Like million dollar salaries. Could you imagine giving yourself like, oh, I'm gonna give myself another $500,000 and as my bonus, and then oh yeah, by the way, tomorrow we're gonna lay off 10% of our staff. Like, just awful, man. Awful, evil shit.
Yep.
Sheesh, that's fucking crazy. Another thing that Sony, moving away from Xbox, get to some stuff that happened with Sony here that was weird in terms of like the reaction. But again, it's Twitter, so Hunter, Red Hood, Blaze, if he's there, you know where this shit went. In the last trailer that we saw from PlayStation, it was them showing off their third-party games and like the montage. And at the very bottom,
this is the gas tweet.
It was shot the gas, but it was a few other people who had their own tweets. But the tweet at the bottom of this trailer, it said only on PlayStation, and people were going crazy. Like, oh, see, that's misleading. However, BitCloud did a little digging, and I looked at one particular other game. Ironically, Hunter shared it around, and I was like, damn, nobody caught on to this, huh? The tweet you shared that I looked at was Wolong. On Wolong's tweet, it didn't show PlayStation. It just showed Xbox, PC.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I saw somebody tweet, not that, but I guess it was like an image.
Yeah.
You know how whenever they announce the game, they always send out the press images. One of the images was like the release date and the platforms, and it just had Xbox.
Yep.
Dude, they did the same thing with Persona.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Don't you remember when it was like we didn't find out until they
That was like afterwards. It was like days afterwards.
Microsoft actually embargoed the press release. They embargoed the press release for 24 hours, so we had to wait in 24 hours exactly before, because I'm on their press list. I got their email as soon as it went out that's confirmed that the games were also coming to PlayStation. So yeah, but here's my take. Here's my take. Okay, my take on this is that because Gaz and a bunch of other folks were saying like, oh, it's so misleading, and you know what? Okay, to a certain degree, I think they're right.
Yeah.
I think
absolutely. Yeah.
I think that there are people that are really misinformed. There's people that are outside the industry that buy like a mom or a dad that buys a game for someone and they're not gamers themselves. Like there's that kind of situation. So they might be fooled by him. There's also really dumb people, right? There's just really dumb people. And there's also like just people that are just, relatively smart, but just, uninformed by, for this particular game, or these particular games. So they might not be aware. So here's the thing. I get what they're saying. But the counter argument that I have for this is that in my career, so my career is in content marketing, right? I do content marketing. That's what I do. Yeah. I do a lot of research about content marketing, and I do a lot of actual speaking with folks that consume content, and I do like focus testing and stuff like this. The one thing that I've learned in my career is that, first of all, most people are not as dumb as you think. Okay, especially when it comes to buying things. Okay, like even people who are not gamers and have no idea about these games, most of them, before they spend $80, right? Whatever, $70 with tax or whatever it is, $80. Most of them would do a Google search.
Exactly.
They would go. They would, if it's Hogwarts Legacy, they'd go on Google and they'd search Hogwarts Legacy. Whether it's like they tack on Amazon because they want to buy it from there, or they type in like reviews so they can see reviews. Most people, if they're going to spend $80, will do a little bit of research at least. Okay, and it is like virtually, aside from the like a very slim few people that are just completely out of the loop, but it's very, very hard for you not to notice that it's on certain platforms, right?
Yeah, when you go into Twitter, like if you go into, I was to help you out. When you go, not just that though, when you go into the stores, if you go into GameStop,
exactly.
If you go into
if you go
Target,
into
they got the little glass shaves, glass.
But even when you search online too,
yeah.
Like if I go to Amazon and I search Hogwarts Legacy, right?
Yep.
And I'm sure, I'm positive, the results the first page will be the different platforms. I'll see the PlayStation, I'll see the Xbox, might even see Nintendo Switch. But here's the other thing too, is that if I was curious, like let's say I watched that and I'm not a gamer and I don't know anything about gaming, and I was like, I'm sorry, I forget what games were even in this. There was like 27. I think Dead Space was in there, right? Dead Space was one of them, right? If I didn't know anything about games and my cousin was a huge Xbox guy and his birthday was coming up next week and I had to buy him the game, I think that the majority of people would be smart enough to type into Google Dead Space Xbox.
Yep.
Like if they don't, some might just type in Dead Space and they're still going to see that obviously clearly that's on Xbox, but a lot of people will actually put Dead Space Xbox, and then you're going to know for sure because the very first hit will probably be the Microsoft store.
I mean, dude, we just seen this with Jesus Christ. Now I think about it, we literally just seen this with a certain someone who just left the industry. Gamers are uninformed, but guess what? They went and looked it up. And found out that Frost.
Okay.
Remember how she said Xbox is gonna have a killer year? Halo, not Halo. Hogwarts Legacy is gonna destroy PlayStation, something like that. And it's like, bro, it's on PlayStation and.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, people looked it up.
But the key thing to note here though is that there's a huge difference in the amount of information that people will search for when it comes to just like general knowledge versus actually buying. Like that's the key thing here. When it comes to like just general knowledge, people will put in certainly less effort, right? Like if I'm a casual mom or dad, I don't care about gaming, whatever, and I see that trailer, I might think they're all on PlayStation. I might not, I might not think about it ever again and just go on with my life. You know what I mean? But if I'm that same dad that my cousin next week is going to have a birthday and I need to buy them a present and I got to spend $80 to buy that present, you better damn well know I'm going to Google that stuff, right? Like people are not dumb. So that's the thing. Like Gaz is right. Those dudes are right. But like in reality, it's not really like as big of an issue because anybody that is going to spend money is going to figure this stuff out, or the vast majority. There might be like 1% of like really dumb people that just
go buy off what they've seen
to Google. Yeah,
but what we've seen here is a typical marketing trick, and it's been around since PS4 and 3. To be honest, where they do this, where they get the marketing rights, and then the way they structure the trailer make it seem like it's only on that platform when it's not. Yeah. It happens every time. If you go and look at Dead Space on the Xbox, their trailer, it's the exact same what you guys saw in the PlayStation trailer. I kid you not. There's no PlayStation logos. There's no nothing. It says Xbox and PC or whatever, but that's literally what it is. It's just marketing 101. Nothing to be crazy about. Everybody put some prayer emojis in the chat. Look who's in the chat, people. We got Medina, recovering after surgery. Good to see you, brother. Welcome to the back. Good to see you.
What's up, meds?
But what was you about to say, Hunter?
I was going to say too that context matters. Like just flat out because oftentimes when we're tweeting stuff, we don't really have the proper context, and that's why things like get even when we're talking about like Forspoken, right? Where I'm saying it's probably just a UK thing and it's probably just a PC thing. It's a like in the whole world, it's like this little piece that's having issues with it, right? So the context for this too is that this trailer was Sony saying, here are all the games that are coming out for PS5 and PS4 over the next year, right? So them saying that these games are PS5 only, kind of like there's still some bad elements to it, and they probably should have worded it better, but it kind of makes sense, right? Like it kind of makes sense where it's like
I kind of brush it off as just like these are the games they have the marketing rights towards. To be honest, that's how I kind of brushed it off.
Yeah, totally. And the other thing too is that they're like Sony has no reason to say that a game is coming out for Xbox or even want their audience to know that's coming out for Xbox. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Same on the flip side with Wolong, right? Where Wolong is purposely excluding PlayStation from its marketing, and Persona purposely was excluding PlayStation from its marketing. Like there's like this is just what companies do. And it kind of makes sense in context. So that's why, like, I don't know, man. I guess like, to sum up my thoughts, it's kind of like a double standard. That's all, right? Where it's like you can't call out Sony for doing this and not call out Microsoft for doing the same thing, and they both do the same thing, and they both do it all the time. And
I mean,
is it good? No.
I get it though. You know, they want to choose their little battles. Like it's like we just talked about earlier. Dudes want to pick their battles. It's perfectly fine. I mean, hey, go right ahead.
It's probably
and
just
go for it.
Honestly, dude. It's just let's just call a spade a spade. It's for clout. It's for enraging the audience. It's for clicky. You know, people click into whatever whatever, because people obviously, as soon as that happens, there's YouTube videos out left, right, and center. You know what I mean? It's just the usual like outrage machine that drives engagement. That's it, man. That's all it is.
And speaking of,
and we all do it, unfortunately. Like I'm not blameless. I'm sure I've tweeted out things that got people in rage, but unfortunately,
I mean, you just a messenger. Whoops, I hit the shot to Luca. I hit the man button. But
like I don't purposely try to call out like that specific stuff. I don't think I even mentioned Wolong marketing on my Twitter, because like I don't care. I don't care. I know Microsoft paid money, so let them pay money. Like,
yeah,
I'm not mad about that. I know it's coming out for PlayStation.
Oh yeah. So I guess you could call this the funniest saga that ended up it ended in one of the most funniest ways possible. We talked about it.
This is a DBZ freaking anime show right now. The saga continues.
It kind of, you know what I mean. It reached its end. Obviously this week, end of an era for this particular individual. G4, man, we were all excited for G4. You know, I thought it was going to be a passing of the torch. I thought Olivia Munn, Morgan Webb, Adam was on board. I thought everybody was going to come back and just like put over the new generation, let it be its own thing, and then, had them do their own thing. But it turns out that didn't happen. Obviously, the whole infamous Hogwarts thing, and then a certain person by the name of Frost ended up destroying the network. It was reported because she stated this week that she is leaving the industry because she is disappointed. I want you guys to hear me out. She's disappointed with the industry because nobody defended her, came to her defense.
Dude, she made people lose their jobs.
Yep.
What type of like granted her though? Okay, to be fair,
maybe not
I will say like it was always going to be destined to fail. But she sped up the trajectory very high. Like, like how, like, if they're like, you're on a train and you're in a mountain, and then the rails go off the mountain. She just sped up the train to go off the mountain.
I mean, yeah, it had potential to be good, unfortunately. But they had potential to do good with it. It's just she just didn't know how to let stuff go. She was egging people on, saying, "Hey, look, I'm down to debate everybody." I'm like, No, you're a PR nightmare. Then she take the tweets down. Then she's, G4 announced that they're laying off X amount of employees. And what does she do? She goes on Twitter and makes a joke about it. It's like, hey, guys, I'm going to be streaming some games. Let's game because, I survived the purge. It's like,
Yeah.
No. And, so all this stuff here, her claiming that nobody wants to defend her or I guess hire her, because that's the main reason she's leaving the industry. It's not because people just despise her. No, nobody wants to hire her. We said this when she left. There's no one's gonna hire you in no crazy bulk like that because you're too much reliability. You're too much.
Kotaku? Like
not even Kotaku will hire her. Let's not even do this.
Polygon? She's perfect for Kotaku.
Yeah.
Nah.
Kotaku has been writing some questionable articles as of late.
So Kotaku, who takes Kotaku serious though?
Exactly. So
Well,
why
dude.
take her seriously? She can go on there, right?
I mean, listen.
Yeah, but it's weird though because like I totally agree. Who takes Kotaku seriously? But like, dude, like go look at their metrics, man. Go look at their analytics.
It's terrible. It's abysmal.
No, I know, but they still bring in like millions of people into their website. Like it's not a small website. It's like Polygon and Kotaku and all them. They're all like they get a lot. They get millions.
Yeah.
I think the reason why they get millions is because people hate read.
Yeah.
That's what I think. So, and then people make content off of it.
And there's probably like a bunch of people that just like are kind of like one foot in the industry, one out. Like not like us where we digest 20 news articles a day. There's probably just like casual people that are just like Googling and Kotaku comes up and
the little hate articles, those misleading ones, those traction pieces they put out there. Like it's funny because it's hard for me to take Kotaku serious after. I mean, obviously we got the checkmark thing kind of I guess fixed, but they fell for a fake checkmark with Halo. When Halo was supposedly delayed and it didn't happen because it was a fake Halo account. Yeah,
did you guys see that I think it was like that Patrick dude, but I think it was one of the Kotaku guys just tweeted recently saying that this was like when the Phil Spencer news hit earlier in the week, and he said that Xbox has the most toxic fan base. Did you guys see that too?
Oh no, I didn't like see it.
Oh, dude, like hundreds of people were replying and quote retweeting. He just flat out he was like it was something about
he fell into the counter war.
It was when Phil Spencer was making that speech like at the award show and he was getting quoted for talking about the culture like the culture of cancellation and all that, right?
Yep.
And then like the Patrick dude like quote retweeted the article and he's like oh like big words coming from the CEO of the most toxic fanboy community in all of gaming. Which you know what like I don't know what community is the most toxic. I think they're all have their toxic members, but like even if I thought that, like even if I was this Patrick dude and I thought that, I should, like this is the kind of things that should be in your inside head, right? Like why would you ever tweet that out? You're a journalist at Kotaku. Oh man,
they lost with that one. But again, they need the traction, bro. They need the traction. They need to stay in the public view. That's what it is. They need to stay in the public view. So hey, an opportunity to throw some shade on Xbox because everybody loves that Xbox salt or PlayStation salt. Yeah, everybody likes that shit.
Yeah,
they'll jump on it. And
I was gonna get asked too. Didn't Sessler leave as well? Like
he left. And had a tirade. Yeah, he went on a tirade.
Bro, no, this man had.
Yeah, but
like,
I thought he just said recently
about.
Yeah, I thought he I know he tweeted about how he's not a gamer. He's never gonna never gonna be a gamer. I thought I saw him tweet during that meltdown that he's kind of like out. He doesn't want to do content for gamers anymore.
I mean, first of all, if you
I don't think he needs to anymore. He does not need to anymore.
I mean, Michael Pachter has a higher chance of being accepted in the industry to a content for gamers than Adam Sessler, because Adam Sessler doesn't know how to talk to gamers anymore. He lost that a long time ago. He has this golden horseshoe up his ass, and he thinks he's like on top. He's on cloud 9. That's his problem. He won't shut the hell up. Get the hell off of Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, go back to work.
It's just sad, man.
He alienated all of his fan base.
Bro, when he's
been alienated.
Dude,
to be fair, he's been alienated for a while, but that's to even a worse degree. And I was like, bro,
dude, what's killing me,
just get out of there, bro. Just get off Twitter.
No, like him saying he was never a gamer, it kind of now starts to like I'm starting
everyone the wrong way.
Wait, and not only that, I'm starting to look at like I'm thinking back at a moment. Do you guys remember that game Lair when PS3 first came out? Like it was like during the what I'm talking about? He was doing the demo.
The Dragon game.
Yeah, he was like he was sitting there going, yo, this game is
that was the motion
awesome.
control game that everyone.
Hate it,
Everyone was mad about-
but he was overhyping the hell out of it. Like, yo, this is so amazing. You want to turn? You gotta do this. This is draggingly awesome. Game drops. What the hell am I playing? I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel it just sucks because, like, I'm an older gamer, so I remember the old G4. I used to watch the old G4, and it's just like, it's just another example. It's almost like I'm at the point now where it's like I don't think I really want to view anybody as being like a hero to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I was like, you know, 10, hello, I don't know, when did G4 come out? 15 years ago, whatever.
Like
when I was like,
yeah.
you know, yeah, when I was like 15 years ago, and I'm like, you know, thinking about getting in, like, because now I do like games media, games journalism, and stuff like that. I'm looking at people that I can like aspire to, and like people like the greats in the industry. Like he was one of them, man. He was like, I used to watch the show all the time,
dude. I
and be
followed
like, Cesar,
all of them.
Cesar's the man.
Even when he left G4 and he had his own little channel with that other group of people, I forgot, it was like a bar, something bar.
Right,
They would drink and play games. I followed him there because I thought, okay, cool. Adam Sessler's doing his thing. Cool, good for him. You know, I support him. But when you look at this, you're like, damn, you just destroyed your legacy. Like, Michael Pachter, we can say a lot. Michael Pachter has some of the weirdest, craziest takes in gaming. You know, him saying that
he does say the wildest takes,
like
bro.
Microsoft, like he claimed Microsoft is gonna win last generation because they're gonna team with your cable provider and your Xbox is gonna be your cable box. Like, this dude was going that extreme with his predictions. But one thing I can tell you about Michael at least is cool with everybody, and he don't act like this. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But
yeah, I actually feel like too, and maybe it's just, you know, like rose tinted glasses when I'm thinking about Michael in the past, but like I generally thought for like a good chunk of time, like several years, that Pachter was a really smart dude, like on the money. Like, I'm talking about like years ago. I'm not talking about in the last like 4 or 5 years where he's gone off the rails in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like, I generally, because he would say things 10 years ago or 15 years ago that I would be like, I kind of agree, kind of makes sense. And some of it like actually came to fruition, and it happened. I feel like he just like went off the deep end 6 or 7 years ago, or whatever it was, and just like
he definitely lost the way.
Totally got off the mark. But you're totally right. But it's like, I can't take him seriously. Like, whenever he makes a prediction, I just laugh, and I almost expect it not to happen.
Yeah,
because it's just his track record. But like, I really don't. I
respect him. Yeah, I respect him.
I don't
That's
hate
the
the guy.
Yeah, we all respect him. That's the problem. And Adam here, he had everybody's respect for years, and then in comes the network coming back into the fray, and everybody's going, "Oh my God, I'm excited!" And he just showed that he's like, "Bro, I don't care what you guys want. I'm not for what you guys want. I'd rather stand behind this woman who's just gonna destroy the network before it even goes anywhere." And granted, the funny thing about it was never going to go nowhere to begin with. It wasn't going to go nowhere. You have IGN pretty much in the same league that G4 was at the time when they were the only one. So that they weren't going to be the number one place to go for news and all that stuff. It's always going to be IGN. It's going to be the GameSpots or whatever the case you might go. But they have more traction. They build their foundations while they're absent. You know what I mean? So you would think while you're coming back, you would tread thinly and be, you know, supportive of your audience. But you know, you got this woman saying don't watch. Guess what? They didn't watch.
Yeah, but the thing like I don't think that it was necessarily destined to get destroyed. I think like it was pretty clear, like within, you know, weeks of it being launched, that the thing was going to be dead. But I think like even before it launched, I thought it actually had potential, because like the one thing that it should have been, and that I think the game industry needs badly, is more gaming content that injects funny elements, humor. Like, I want to be entertained. Like, I don't like, if I want news or reviews or interviews or anything like that, like, sure, I'll check out IGN. IGN is way better for that. But like, why I used to watch G4 back in the day wasn't really for the news. It wasn't for the news, really. It was just they were just so damn entertaining.
Like they had everything for you. They had
Funny
Ninja
line.
Warrior. They had the spin-off show Attack on the Show, which was basically, ironically, what you guys see with Jay's 2 Cents and all these other YouTubers who do the tech review and reveals.
They actually did the. I guess they got desperate at the end because remember they had like Amaranth or whatever on the. She did the I think it was like some like bath related or whatever.
Hot tub stream.
I think that's probably like too extreme. They didn't have to go that far, but like But I watched a little bit of it, and it, like I kind of laughed a few times. Like they were saying some funny things, but that's what they should have done a lot more of. Like not to that extreme, but just like they should have had comedians and funny people.
Yeah,
and,
bring back the iconic skits that we remember G4 from. Where remember when it was Halloween, I think, and they did that Saw skit with the VR helmet around the time for Tokyo Game Show.
Skits, dressing up, cosplay, funny
that?
stuff. Like there's so much potential for that.
Yeah,
that is like at least like because there's hardly any comedy. I remember when I was like a few years ago when I was younger, like 5-10 years ago, maybe I was watching things like, Mega 64. You guys ever?
Yep.
Yeah, I was watching Mega 64, which was comedy. I was watching The Angry Video Game Nerd. You guys ever seen the?
Yes.
I actually, maybe I'm just out of the loop, but I don't actually even know. Is there any gaming comedy out there left? Like,
I don't. There is, but
funny,
he hardly.
Like legit.
There is. There's one guy I always vouch for. When he uploads, this dude always brings it. Look up Alpha Omega Sins.
Is he the dude that films himself as like multiple characters and?
No, that's Boogie 298. You're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, no. The Alpha Omega Sin has like a wall of games behind him, long hair. He's got like that rocker look, and he always.
I know. Yeah,
that guy. Yeah.
Oh,
he never stops being funny. He's goated for what he does.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. They should have hired him. They should have hired him and like a few other like if they had an angry video game nerd, not that exact same shtick, like, but if they had something creative and funny like that was like new and interesting that I've never seen before. Like, I mean, I'd watch it, of course. I've watched like hundreds of
I could give them the views. I could play it.
Actually, Mighty Keith, someone just mentioned. Yes, he's hilarious.
Mighty Keith too.
You guys see Mega 64 still produces stuff, but I remember the like their Death Stranding in real life. You guys ever seen that where they go into like a fast food place with like 20 things and they're back and all the things fall down and they're outside and they fall down and like strangers are like, why does this dude have like 20 briefcases?
That's fucking hilarious. No.
That's what G4 is, man.
They needed Filthy Frank. Nah, actually no, Filthy Frank's too extreme for G4 though. Let me rephrase that. No.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They should have played. They should have played up personas, like even with Frost. If Frost really wanted to get over type of thing, kind of like a Roman Reigns thing. Treat like a persona, be a heel, have fun with everything. You know what I mean? But don't be over the top with it. That's what I would have done.
Dude, absolutely.
Or
man.
MJF. You know what I mean? Like, if you need an example, look at MJF. I could have done that for G4.
Dude, did you ever watch Reviews on the Run or Electric Playground?
Yeah, Electric Playground. Yeah, I did.
So you know Tommy Tallarico then, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was the villain.
And it worked. It was natural. It was a natural thing. Like, it worked. Yeah.
There was Tommy Tallarico and Victor Lucas they would both review the same game, both play the game and both score. And Tommy Tallarico would give every game like a 3 out of 10, some like ridiculous score that you're like, is he serious?
Dude, I'm telling you.
No, dude, he was the villain.
Opportunity.
He would cut off Victor Lucas. Vic would just be talking and he would just cut him off. Dude, he was a legit villain, and it worked. It worked. It was entertaining.
I could have done this shit for them if they needed someone to be a bad guy, like literally like an executive say, hey, we're excited for Xbox. I'm like, fuck your announcement. You know what I mean? I could have done some shit like this, but no, there was no structure for this show. None. They didn't think this shit through, and it's a wrap.
Yeah,
and it's a wrap. They died twice. Literally, they're like Sekiro. They died twice. So, even though Sekiro dies more than once or more than twice, but still. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. That's G4. I guess it was fun while it lasted. Well, it became unbearable, but still,
It's fun
it
to talk
fun.
about.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
the memes are gonna live forever.
Did you see the one with the McDonald's one?
Yeah.
Where she's
Oh
like,
my
hanging out
You
the
don't make out this one, bro.
That shit
You
took
must
me
have
out.
loved
Listen,
it.
I shared it every server. I was like, this shit took me out. Like, this is what we're doing. Yeah, y'all stupid. So
Yeah.
that was funny. But who knows, man? I don't know what to really say. G4 is no more. And it's what it is. She's done. People are rejoicing. Some people think when they try this again, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. No, they should never retry to bring back G4. G4 should be dead.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
and
Yeah.
never come back and leave it alone. It already died twice. There's no way you're going to tune in a third time now that
No.
a certain someone has left the industry. No, the trauma has already been made or has been already been set in. So
Yeah.
there's that.
Like the worst thing about the whole situation though is like, at least in my opinion, I'm sure you guys probably agree here, but there were legit people on G4 that were great people. Like there were people that I liked, I admired, I respected, I still respect, I still like. And it's just too bad that the whole thing, like, I mean, she helped, as Red was saying, like, directing the train off the track faster. But it's just too bad, man. Like, there's just like legit good people that lost jobs. Like, it's just sad, man. Like, and like, blaming everybody else but herself.
Yeah, nah.
I just
And
can't
they're like
believe-
saying, "Oh, where are my friends at? Why didn't they support?" It's like, dude, because they probably didn't agree with you.
I mean, the funny thing is, no, she had a whole lot of support when the tweet went viral. The problem is she tainted it by just her actions, like her saying how women are not meant to be sexual objects, but here she go over here simping over Megan Fox and all that stuff.
and like bragging that she didn't lose her job. You know what I mean? Like just stuff like that just tanks the legacy, right?
Yeah, it's so much for G4, man. That's terrible. And who knows what's gonna happen, but it is what it is. This will probably be the last time, though, low key, guys, everybody in the chat, that you'll ever see content creators of this magnitude get opportunities like this for a show of this. If not, you'll see content creators make their own type of thing, but you won't see this type of stuff happen again. I'm willing to bet for sure. Sony. So Hunter actually tweeted this out, and it was actually worthwhile talking about. It was a good question to ask for this too, because I did notice that. But it was a new trailer showing off 23 games coming to the PlayStation this year, and only 8 of them are coming to PS4. The rest are PS5 only. Is this a sign that PS4 has officially run its course all the way, and Sony's done with the cross-gen push and everything? I'm gonna start with you, Hannah. What you think? Do you think this is the sign, or do you think this is gonna end it off?
I mean, PS4 will still be alive this year. Like that's a given because 8 of those 23 games are coming out this year. So PS5 is still going to be alive, or PS4 is still going to be alive this year. I think that developers just want money at the end of the day. That's just that they're a company, they want to make money, and PlayStation 4 has 115 million, I believe, install base, somewhere around there, give or take a few million. I think it's going to be a little hard to ignore. I think if I remember, like the PS2, when the PS3 came out, it was ridiculous, where it was like something like 4 or 5 years into the PS3, and there was still like a handful.
It didn't stop until like 2012 for PS2 production.
Yeah. So I mean, like, are we gonna see PS4 games next year? Yeah. Is it probably gonna be more like the niche titles that come? I think because I think like games are becoming expensive enough that adding platforms, like, there's going to be diminishing value to making games on PS4 because people are going to transition over to PS5. So at some point the big companies will be like, there's like, we're only expecting 7% of sales on PS4. It's not worth the development cost of that 7%. So they get rid of it. So I don't know. I mean, like the bottom line is like, I mean, everyone that can afford it and wants to be a PlayStation gamer should just upgrade. Like there's
Exactly.
your clock is running out. You got 12 months before.
Yeah.
I mean, even this year, I'll just put it bluntly, at least for me, like it's unfathomable. Like I can't even. It would never. This thought would never come into my head where 23 games and 8 are coming out for PlayStation 4. That means 15 of them are coming out for PS5. Like I could never miss those 15 games. Like I'd rather give up gaming than give up, because like, dude, we're talking about games like Final Fantasy 16. We're talking about games like Spider-Man 2,
Resident Evil 4.
like no, Resident Evil 4 is coming out for.
Is it Crush?
Yeah, Resident.
Oh, okay, so
yeah. Resident Evil 4 is the interesting one where it's coming out for PS4, but it's not coming out for Xbox One.
Oh yeah.
Capcom was just like, it's just not worth it. There's not a market on Xbox One. So yeah, PS4 and PS5 for that. But yeah, like I can't even imagine being a PlayStation gamer and being like, I'm not gonna play Final Fantasy 16 and I'm not gonna play Wolverine and I'm not gonna play Spider-Man 2. Like
Hold it down,
that's just me and my taste. That's just me and my taste. But
there you
but
go.
like,
That's a good take, Hunter, because somebody here.
We're gonna rub in this.
Specifically, who the extra, like the
whole Final
most
Fantasy.
amazing producer on RGT and Solidcast is a PS5 gamer that is not going to be getting Final Fantasy 16.
I can't.
Yeah, it could be you, right, Hunter? It couldn't be you. Couldn't be you.
Even if I wasn't a huge Final Fantasy guy, which of course I am, like I would have to get it just because, like, first of all, like, it looks amazing. Like, it just looks awesome. The trailers really do a good job of selling the game. But like also the hype and like I don't know. I get like a lot of enjoyment and thrills out of being part of like the gaming momentum. You know what I mean? Like when Final Fantasy 16 hits, that the 2 weeks before and the 2 weeks after, that's pretty much like all we're gonna be talking about. I think like Diablo comes out around then and Street Fighter, so a couple of other games are gonna take up some of the noise. But like
never got into Diablo.
Most of us will be talking about Final Fantasy 16, and I need to be in that conversation. I need to play the game. I need to see the game. I need to experience the game. I want to talk about the game. I want to come on this podcast and talk about the game.
You know what's crazy is Blaze is also interested in Final Fantasy 16, but somehow Big Cloud isn't. Make it make sense.
Blaze is talking about Final Fantasy.
Yes, he said he's going to be getting the game.
Yeah.
Dude, I talked to him multiple times about.
He mentioned on the podcast that he was at least that he was really interested.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never got into the franchise, so it's hard for me to feel the same feel.
You can't, because guess what? It's a main entry point where you don't have to play any of the other games to understand.
But isn't like, aside from like some of them are like directly connected, like Crisis.
Final Fantasy 12. No, sorry, Final Fantasy 10-2, and then
Some of them are like intentionally connected.
Lightning.
But actually, like that's one thing I love about Final Fantasy is you can literally jump in. Like every numbered entry, typically, of course, there's like the common threads. There's the mana. There's the chocobos. There's the Moogles. Like all there's like 10 different tropes that get for the most part get put into every entry, but like they're mostly standalone games that you don't need to really know. And dude, okay, Bit, did you mention that you were gonna think about playing Strangers of Paradise?
I don't know. I think Blaze was the one who said that because
Blaze
of like the Dark Souls esque.
Oh, maybe okay. I was gonna say, okay, maybe you should think about that too, because even if you're not into Final Fantasy, I know you like Dark Souls type games, right?
I'm definitely
and that, like, I thought it was a pretty good Souls like game. So maybe that's your gateway drug. Play the Souls Final Fantasy game, and then
Souls Final Fantasy.
and the thing is, coming from 16, dude, it's like a more mature game. It's a rated M game. It's up your alley, Bitcoin. It's up your alley.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I mean, you still gotta, honor your bet when it comes to FF7 remake stream. So I don't have to get into that.
This guy. Anyway, let's get into another topic here. This is I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen it. So we can get some spoiler talk a little bit here. I mean, granted, if you played the game, you've seen the show. I was very impressed by this, man. The Last of Us TV show on HBO. Pretty damn good. I ain't gonna lie. The first episode was pretty damn good. They added a lot of context to scenes, which I told you guys more like it was going to be the case. The soundtrack directly from the game, it was literally very, very authentic. The characters got the characters on point. They did change a few things in terms of designs, like the runners. The runners have these little fungi growths coming out their mouths. I thought it was hair when she was like biting into the girl's neck, but it was like fungi growths that go into the wound to infect them. Kind of like that movie Blade 2. You guys remember the Rippers, the jaws of it? It's very similar to that. That was cool, nice little twist. And it's to add on to the fact that they're going to become more grotesque over the years. They turn into stalkers, then they turn into bloaters and runners and clickers. Oh, man. So it looks really good. All the lines. A lot of people were confused or worried about Bella Ramsey because Bella Ramsey was told not to play the game. But here's the thing: Bella Ramsey, I mean, she nailed it even without playing the game, and they're making their own thing. They don't want her to be in Ashley Johnson's shadow, so that's why they did that. Everybody's coming across more natural. It's good. It's really, really good. Especially the opening. The opening was really, really crazy too, like how they did it. We
Dude, I almost I didn't cry, but I almost, man. Like when
you felt
like,
that.
well, I guess it's probably. Is it fair to say that this game is not spoilers by now? Like,
No.
This game's 10 years old.
I mean, we're gamers, right? So we played the game.
10 years old.
If you haven't played Last of Us, I don't know what to tell you.
Let's just assume there's no spoilers. But like when he's holding his daughter, you know what I mean? Like that. I was like, oh, geez, that is sad.
Yeah.
Because they were actually like really smart about that too, because the 10 or 15 minutes preceding that was like almost all her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like her in class, you know what I mean? Her going to the watch repair.
Her seeing the
shop.
early signs, of things going to shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they really like compared to the game, because you don't spend nearly as much time with her in the game than you do in the TV show. Like
10 seconds maybe, not 10 seconds, like a good minute, maybe 2
Well,
minutes.
you walk around the house.
Yeah.
Like
You just walk around the house. That's
you just walk around the house. Like that's
and
it.
you
But
move in the car, and that's about it.
She went to the neighbor's house and was talking to like the grandpa and grandma there and the dog. Like, yeah, no, it was good, man. No, I generally I didn't feel I felt like sadder when I played the game, but that was only because I kind of knew what was already happening, so I could mentally prepare myself. Okay, she's gonna be dead in 10 minutes.
I mean, in the game I want to say it's ambiguous how they show like him getting shot. He turns and the dude shoots and he falls with her. Like you don't really see blood, you know what I mean? But in the show, you see that the bullet kind of scraped past him, like it grazed him and went into her, and that's where she took the full impact of the bullet. So again, like
I thought it was better handled in that than the game, because I think in the game he literally didn't get shot at all or something.
Yeah, he was just like, he was like, please hold his hands out, and then the soldier's like, I'm sorry, and then he gets shot by Tommy. And
I like that part actually more in the show than the game, because in the game I think he didn't even say a word when he like kind of like slightly hesitated, but then Tommy like shot him. But whereas like you heard that
he was remorseful
along with hesitation.
Yeah.
Then Tommy shot him. I think I actually like that part of the show more than I did the game.
Yeah, I mean, not every scene from the game is going to be completely redone, because obviously when they get on the road, you guys start noticing some differences from the game to the TV show. I don't know if you caught on to 100 when they turn to the right to go down the street before they see that abandoned car and that family saying, "Hey, stop." The burning house is on the left, which is Jimmy's house. It's supposed to be on the right.
Yeah.
Remember, it's supposed to be on the right with the house. That was different. Plus, when they got on the highway, there was supposed to be a hospital on the left side. There was no hospital. It was just all open field and the road. So, it's not going to all be that like crazy done. But again, it was good.
Plus, wasn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but what the way they crashed was because of the airplane?
No.
Yeah, part of the like what a piece of the airplane hit the car.
That I was kind of like I guess I zoned out there for a sec, but I was like, wait a minute, did that airplane like did no I mean debris like
the debris hit the car.
Debris from but that didn't happen in the game.
Yeah, they did that
so
for
they got
a
hit
while
by
favorite.
a car.
Yeah,
they got hit by a car.
So like when you were watching it, like you almost saw the car like a pickup truck or a car hit them. It made you in the game think, oh, this is gonna be it.
That was brilliant, I thought.
Yeah, they foreshadowed it pretty damn good. Like with her, like she like early on, she sees planes getting super close to the ground and then going up and taking off. They foreshadowed it.
Oh yeah, no,
dude, I had like total lost flashbacks when that happened. Immediately I was like, holy shit, did they just pull a lost? Like they just had a crashed airplane that
it was good.
Destroyed them.
It was good though. Like everybody's running down the ship, like, oh my god, it's about to go. I'm like, wait, no way, that's about to crash. And it just it just dive bombs. It's like, okay, dude, and that kind of adds more to it because you guys remember the exploding gas station in the game. That's what we saw in the game, the exploding gas station. That we didn't see that there. We saw an airplane, so they changed it to that.
I was gonna say what I liked actually was the intro too. Them talking about the cordyceps and all that, and like how it could
different
mutate.
locations. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, how it can mutate as in the medicine and all that, which I was like, that was smart because they don't really talk about it in the game. You kind of like read about it if I recall.
Yeah,
where it's like
they talk about it briefly in the game if you remember the credits of Last of Us 1, but it was like so brief because that's when it gets over.
But they kind of like go into depth
dialogue.
with it.
Yeah,
they go into the depth with the show, which I actually kind of liked, and like the whole like the Adlers, right, with the grandmother, and they even talk about her like I think taking medicine or something like that, or it was implied she was taking medicine.
Yeah,
which is what
she went to like she went to the city. Yeah, she went to the city to like get her prescription medicine, and that's where she caught it.
Yeah.
The one thing that I will say though is that like I'm shocked at how far the show is willing to go. I didn't think it was going to go like when that little kid was walking up, right? I was thinking in my mind like no way they're not going to kill the kid. There's like this kid looked like 9 years old or something or 10 years old. I was like they're not going to kill the kid. And then like the next second it's him throwing the body. Yeah. I couldn't believe they did that. I thought that's like a no.
They went a lot more.
They went far, man. And Joel when he's punching the dude at the end.
Yep. Knock his teeth out. You see the blood.
It was brutal.
Which is interesting going the PTSD route too. Which
early signs of right before we get into Ellie's little arc in season 2. I'm guessing that's where we're gonna.
So I think they're gonna try to do that. I think it's gonna be kind of reminiscent to like listen, like people don't like Last of Us Part 2, but they're gonna try to do it like how Ellie had PTSD kind of when it comes to Part 2. So they're gonna put that with Joel.
Yeah,
it's gonna probably happen. Kind of frequent. I won't say frequent, but it'll probably happen a couple times throughout the show. Is what I'm getting.
Yeah, HBO's giving the full Game of Thrones treatment for this show, which I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I'm loving it. Did you guys see Neil Druckmann, by the way, before the plane crashed? He was running next to Joel.
Oh, he was in that.
Yeah, he was running.
He there was a cameo of him.
Yeah, he was like among the people running from the flames. That was Neil. Neil was on the left.
Jeez, okay.
I didn't catch on that Neil was in there.
Gotta go back and hit pause. Yeah.
But
did you know he's going to be directing the next episode?
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the more not one of the most iconic moments, but it's one of the iconic moments. Cause we saw episode 2 is going to go pretty far. We saw Billstown, so we now know context of what's happening with Bill. We saw was it Frank? So Frank is boy, this man Frank. So
that's what they changed because in the game
you never met
Joel
him.
Knew nothing about Frank, so it's interesting they go in the route that Joel knows Frank, Bill and Frank, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. So they're probably foreshadowing. They have like a big fight, and he probably just walks off, and that's where he disappears on him, and then he gets bit, and then he hangs himself in that house. That's probably what's gonna happen with Frank.
I think it might be different actually, because all I saw is like he either got bit or shot in one of the previews.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying in the previews. I can't tell in the show preview.
Oh, okay.
So So it's gonna be interesting. They might go a different route. Who knows? But I don't think we're getting Bill and Frank until probably episode 3. I think episode 3 is where we're gonna get into that aspect of it.
I mean, each episode's an hour, right?
This one, episode 2 is supposed to be 55 minutes.
Okay, so yeah, this one, the first one was
less.
90 minutes.
85 minutes.
It was
85.
like hour and
Okay.
hour and 25.
Gotcha. No, that drone shot at the end of the episode where it showed the skyscraper tilted like in the game, that was so good.
Did you
So
guys
good.
notice, like, if you pause, there's a clicker like on top of a building?
Oh no.
What?
That's cool.
There was?
Yeah, like you heard a clicker noise, and it was actually a clicker on top of a building. Like,
oh wow, that's gonna be cool to see it. That should
Cool,
be when
man.
we see our
I like
first
these
clicker.
Easter eggs.
Yeah, very nice.
Cool.
What else? Merle Dandridge, man. Shout out to Merle Dandridge, who plays Marlene. She's the only actual actress or actor in this case to come back from the game and reprise the role. That was their choice. She looks just like
she was one.
yeah.
Okay.
She looks just like
she was
her.
one of the best.
Yeah, she looks just like her. Even as time went on, she looked just like Marlene. It was awesome to see her play the character. So it's good to see that. Obviously, the changes from the game to the show, there was no. Well, they weren't on no dock. Remember how they chased Robert through the docks and take out his henchmen and get the.
Yeah,
to
they were
guns?
trying to not.
Yeah,
That's a video game element. Like,
Yeah.
I won't lie about that.
That's
Because then
not
you're
in
gonna
there.
have to go through all this like stealth or like shoot
Well,
out
we're gonna
until
get
they
that.
Robert.
We should get that in part 2
Oh, no.
because with the museum for sure. But I'm wondering
Oh,
will they
yeah,
actually
yeah.
show Tess get bit because that's another
No,
great
they're gonna
casting.
do a quick
Yeah.
out, I think,
You think
because
so?
like I think you're gonna have like a different camera angle of like a clicker or a runner like grabbing Tess, but you're not gonna see the actual bite, and then they'll show the reveal later on.
Hey, good point.
I was gonna say, what else was I gonna? Oh, different motivation, right? For the deal was getting a
car
battery,
yeah.
right,
Mhm.
to find Tommy, because in my head I was thinking, oh, that means Joel has been like seeing Tommy for like consistently, but that wasn't true.
I think he got
I
the
think he
word.
was giving messages out to Tommy,
Yeah.
and that's it. So he probably hasn't seen Tommy in ages, but he's been giving messages out for Tommy for a minute.
Yeah. So that makes
So
sense.
I was
yeah.
like, okay, that was a my bad situation. I was thinking like, oh wait, that's a huge thing that they're doing, but no, like they still have a falling out, and they kind of mentioned it as like mentioned Tommy to like Marlene or something like that, if I recall in the show.
Yeah.
So
they changed the car battery. Before it was guns, no boat sections, nothing like that. No snow. So they took all that out. For our first episode, it's very authentic, very great. It's not like Mortal Kombat where they're like, hey, flawless victory, even though a dude got hit like 15 times. So it's like nothing weird.
Yeah.
So that was good. It was good. Very, 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 very authentic. I love what they every shot, every reference, every call back to the game. It's going to be interesting, though, to see how they do the giraffe scene and the scenes with David, with Ellie by herself. That's where this show is really going to, like, go, yo, I don't know, man. That's going to be interesting. But they did show
Oh yeah.
they're willing to kill kids, so they are willing to get into those touchy, crazy themes. We did see Riley, so that was a nice surprise there. Left Behind is included with this.
oh, you're talking about
episode.
the preview thing that they were
Mhm.
showing off, right?
So
Yeah, I think the
Behind-
preview, like, yeah, absolutely confirmed. Hospital scene
Yeah.
They're
gonna
gonna have
happen.
flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the Riley thing, I think exactly is going to happen. Well, it's because like how in the DLC it's kind of between the point where Joel gets impaled or whatever, and she has
Yep.
to find the medicine. I think
Right.
literally it's just going to be incorporated with the storyline where Joel gets impaled and then she's going to find it. Whereas like you had to play a separate
Yeah.
like menu to get to that section.
Unless it's like nightmares, like she relives it through a nightmare. She like goes to sleep and it brings back Riley, and they do it that way. Like we'll see the early signs, like them at the school, then them sneaking out, and then it continues and progresses to, the whole mall. And
I'm wondering how they're going to incorporate the whole Ellie mom flashback. I don't know where that would be placed.
Yeah.
For Ashley Johnson's character, because that's what people are saying, that she's Ellie's mom or something.
Oh, dude.
Is that true, Copycat? He said all official support for Marvel's Avengers and digital purchases.
Yeah, I was just looking at that actually right now.
Will come to an end on September 30th.
Marvel Avengers is done, right?
Sheesh.
Yep.
They just announced
there's
this,
Tomb Raider is supposed to come out soon, the new one.
When
Sheesh.
There's it looks like there's like an actual like press release or message that got sent out.
My thing is, I mean, I'm surprised it lasted this long after the abysmal Spider-Man release.
Oh yeah,
I'm surprised. I mean, the Black Panther was handled pretty well, but Spider-Man,
Oh my gosh, our team is working quickly to resolve the issue caused by high traffic. I can't even. I can't even.
And they have more high traffic on the website.
They crashed their website. This is like the most interest the game has had since launch, and it's all about the cancellation of it.
Oh Lord, wow,
dude, I don't know. I think was it Bit? Did you tweet about how you're still excited for Suicide Squad?
Yeah, so games as a service.
Okay, I saw you tweet. So. Yeah, this will be really interesting. I can't wait to see like what happens because this like Marvel's Avengers.
Fun fact about that tweet though, somebody from WB actually flagged it. I had to take it down. I had to remove it. Yeah,
they're big. They're sticklers into like leak stuff.
Did you tweet the image?
It was basically the image. It was image that was going around. Yeah. So I didn't really care. I already know. Obviously, I knew that probably might happen. What I heard, but it didn't bother.
Got DMC the image, right? Everyone who posted that image got messages about taking it down.
Yeah. So
which to me like it. I think I pretty much. I don't think I've slipped up recently, but it just goes to show too, like because every now and again, like I'll like if there's a rumor that drops or like something leaks, I tend to tweet about it. But I gotta always remind myself, like don't tweet out,
or
like, don't tweet out the like the image, or don't tweet the video or anything like that, because you can tweet to like a website that is posting about it, and then because if they're going to DMC somebody, they're going to DMC the website, not the person who links to it. But
yeah. I just
well, they pretty much confirmed that image is legit.
Oh yeah, the way they were doing it, I have no hard feelings. At first, when it happened, I was sitting going, okay, don't tell me WB's still sour about the Gotham Knights review. Don't tell me they're sour over that. And I was like, oh wait, no. I know everybody was getting it. Okay, I'm fine. But
so I guess that somebody else, like, because I can't actually access the Crystal Dynamics website. It's shut down. I got to find another website, I guess, that posts.
Is it crystaldynamics.com?
Well, just go to Play Avengers. Go to the official Avengers, Play Avengers Twitter account. The Twitter account, right? They tweeted out like an hour and a half ago.
Okay, let me see.
But they tweeted out like the official announcement. I want to see the. I don't usually like reading summaries. I want to see the actual announcement itself, but I can't. Their website is down.
Play Avengers.
They responded to their own tweet saying that there's server issues caused by the high traffic that's coming to our website. Everyone is so interested.
Yeah, there's no way you're getting on this website. It's stuck.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Anyways, I guess I'll check out the official announcement later.
Top comment. It's been a fun and frustrating 2+ years of reloading my save file, but it's now come to an end. This game started my YouTube channel, and I met so many great people along the way. Yeah.
And I don't know, like, if I was like first of all, if I was like, you know, on the Suicide Squad team, I'd be sweating bullets for stuff like this. But also too, like, for game developers, how would you take this information? Like, the thing is, it's like, okay, as soon as you make your game into a live service game, people just start hating it. Like this game was like doomed from day one because of the live service elements to it. It's kind of like you put that in there and you almost like doom your game. But if you don't put that in there, then you got to sell enough copy. Like if it's just like a story-based game.
It's most because like, the bait and switch that we got it, bro. Like when we first saw it, they said nothing about games of service. We saw the whole, like we thought it was going to be seamless, how you switch between different characters, like depending on sections. People thought that's what it was.
Maybe like with Suicide Squad too, maybe. Although I don't know,
Yeah.
people are saying it was always advertised as a games as a service type.
For
I don't.
Suicide
I don't.
Squad?
Yeah.
They did kind
I
of
don't-
they hinted at it a while ago, like a long time ago. It was hinted
Yeah.
at. So
I don't remember it being like, in your face. Like I don't remember reading
Yeah.
the press release and being like, oh, okay, so this is gonna have like, DLC and season
yeah, you were expecting
passes
like a
and seasonal events and
yeah, you were thinking like it's gonna be like an Arkham style game for villains, maybe.
oh, totally.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm not like super disappointed because, I don't think games as a service automatically makes a game bad.
Yeah.
But it certainly increases the chances that it's going to be bad.
Yeah, it just comes down to the
Mainly just
style.
because like I hate just playing for loot.
Mhm.
Like I know some people still play Destiny. Like I can't do that, man. Like once.
It's kind of like me and you. We were playing Gotham
But-
Knights. Remember, like, we were just getting frustrated. We saw the number system.
Yeah,
I'm like,
God-
dude, I don't want to grind and play this shit to beat up some random foe's ass.
God,
Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah.
I don't want to see
Yeah.
this. I just want to play the game. Like, can we go from point A to point B so I can be done with my day? And then it's the same thing. It's like, nah.
Totally, man.
And especially
Well,
when you have
that-
the pay to win aspects, and it's like, nah, we don't want that shit.
Yeah, it's totally it, man. I got a lot going on, man. I'm an adult. I got a job. Like I luckily got married and somehow had a kid. Like I just want to I want to just buy
Boot the
a game
and play.
and play. I don't if the game's good, I'll play it. Like if the game's really good, I'll play it for 100+ hours, like Elden Ring. Like I'll play
Meant to
I'll play
ask
those
you,
games for.
What was that indie game that Shuhei was playing? I noticed you tweeted it out. It was like he was like in the mouth of some like creature shooting the thing. I forgot what was that game.
Was it Never Awake?
Is that it? Never. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Never.
It's
Wait.
it's a shooter.
Oh, okay.
Because I think I commented on a couple of tweets, but I think probably you're thinking about Never Awake.
Yeah, that looks
Basically
really good.
it's a shooter. It's a shooter game. Yeah. No, I played it. I reviewed it last year. I thought it was pretty good. I think the game is relatively cheap for the price. I think it's definitely worth it. But what I thought was like the most interesting about that shooter is, I don't know if there's any other shooters like this. Let me know if you ever played one. But it's one where like, okay, as you kill enemies, you get their souls. Like the souls like pop out of them when they die, and you have to collect them. And you have to collect 100% souls to beat a level. Okay, but like most levels are designed that you can't get 100% souls by the end, and the game loops. So as soon as you get to the very end of the level, it like there's like the funky little animation thing happens, and you loop back to the very beginning of a level, and then you play it. Like you might be at like 70% souls, and you got to play it a third through that level again. So it's like I thought the looping aspect was cool, but some people might complain like, oh, you gotta like repeat stuff or whatever. But I actually thought it was like kind of fun because it kind of like it would challenge me to do better. You know what I mean? Like I was always like, okay, I want to beat the level in the least amount of looping. Like sometimes if I beat a level without looping once, I was like, yes, I didn't loop this level. I did it, right? So I kind of like that aspect of it. It was different. It was unusual. And it's pretty tough, and the bosses look cool. So yeah, it's a little indie gem. If you like shooters, I definitely. It's if you like, I guess like side-scrolling shooters like Radius.
I love those. Like kind of reminds me of kind of reminds me of that Pixel Junk shooter. You remember that game? Kind of reminds me of that. It reminds me of the game looked dope. I was like, damn, I might peep this. That actually looks fun. So.
Yeah, dude, it's good. It's not like you're not gonna be talking about it for years on end. Like it's a game that you'll spend like a week or two playing it, right?
Yeah.
But I like for the price. I forget what it was. Like I think it just released. I played on PC, but I think it's on PlayStation.
Yep.
And Switch, I think now. But it couldn't be more than $20. I think it was pretty cheap.
Shit, I'm looking at the horror games for this year. Alan Wake 2 is dropping this year. I forgot all about that.
We don't have a solid release date though for it.
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Was that
on
anybody's list?
Oh, dude, I'm playing it.
What was it supposed to be? Battle Royale? Not battle royale, but
I
not
think-
battle royale.
I think maybe it was like one of those like asynchronous ones.
Okay.
Isn't it like
or
the
not-
Predator / like
or
Friday the
asymmetrical.
13th?
Yeah, I think it was something like that. Yeah, where it was like
Like one person to kill
One-
everybody
one
just run
person.
around?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Like your camp counselors or whatever the case may be, and you're running like kind of like the Friday the 13th style, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's like that.
Hmm.
Pretty sure it was like that. Even if it's not, if I'm like thinking it wrong or whatever, I'm still. I just like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I
Underrated.
love that series, and
Don't watch.
also-
Don't watch 3D. Don't watch 3D. Don't watch that one.
yeah,
You probably
they're
did.
not all good, but I'm talking about the classic ones are good.
Oh yeah.
I also want to get the Killer Clowns.
that
that one I
actually
think-
I'm excited for. I love that movie. That's a good movie, and I
Yeah,
actually love
that one I think is the same as well. I believe like there's like 4 clowns or something, so it's like 4 clowns versus
bunch
10
of humans.
or so.
They don't have weapons,
Yeah.
though, do they? That's the question. Yeah, because to kill the clowns, they require you got to
don't-
shoot them in the nose. That's how it worked.
Yeah.
in the movie, you had to shoot them in the nose. So yeah,
I only saw the one trailer a while ago, but I was like,
The movie's-
I like the movie.
movie's so goofy. For those of you that didn't see Killer Clowns from Outer Space, one of the most goofiest, silliest horror films of all time. Like he's doing the shadow puppets. He's doing this though with his fingers. Okay, like you see Tyrannosaurus Rexes and shit on the screen, in the shadows. He's not even doing it. People fall for it.
Did you guys play the Ghostbusters game? It came out
No,
this fall?
I've not.
The latest one, no,
Yeah,
not the
like
latest
Spirits Unleashed or whatever. Oh man,
one.
yeah,
Was it good?
it's good, man. I liked it.
That's
I
the
enjoyed
VR
it. I
one,
think,
right? That's the VR one.
I actually don't like Ilphonic is the developer. I actually don't really like their other games very much. Like I didn't really get into Friday the 13th or Predator. They did the
Predator had potential because we had Gio Corsi on to talk about that a long time ago when the game first was like in production. I don't know if you remember Gio Corsi.
Oh yeah. Of course it had. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
From
follow each
PlayStation.
other on Twitter, and
Yeah, same.
he's a good guy.
Awesome guy. Like he was having fun with the project. And we were all kind of like, damn, this might be interesting. When we all supported it, it was cool. And shout out to Ilphonic, they were like tweeting this out, like our streams out when we were playing the game for Predator. But it was a cool concept. It's just they didn't have. You can tell they just didn't have the budget for everything else. Like all the maps are pretty much one
totally.
map. It's one big map cut into sections. There's no like.
Which is shocking because
LA.
Sony funded it. I thought, right?
Yeah, there's no LA type of setting where you're fighting in the city like the Predator 2 film. There's no really the
Yeah.
weapon choices were kind of abysmal in my opinion. Like there's some were creative for the Predator, but really once you get to like a certain level with the Predator, you don't even have to worry about like using weapons. You can just go and kill them like the Berserker
Oh,
Predator.
yeah.
Remember how they were bullet sponges, the Berserker, you can just kill everybody and literally one shot a team. It was like balancing needs to be fixed for this and there was no matchmaking system. So a level 1 soldier, like we were just getting the game, we can match up with like a level 30 or 40 Berserker Predator and get completely destroyed and before you do anything in the game. So
Yeah.
this sucks. But
Yeah, I thought overall it was actually good. Like I think Ilphonic has finally hit their stride. They finally figured out it. Yeah. Anyways, I feel bad for like stuff like this because like I don't know how many people are playing it, right? Like I don't see a lot of people talking about it, which sucks. But man, there's so many multiplayer games. No, I'm talking about Ghostbusters.
Oh, I'm gonna say,
Like you guys didn't play the new
No, I
Ghostbusters, and
didn't,
most people I know haven't played the Ghostbusters, and I don't see people tweeting about it. I just think it sucks. Like,
is it
it's
VR?
actually-
Was it the VR one? Because I know it was like 2.
no, there's
one was VR.
another. The VR one is coming out this year.
Okay, that's one. I
This
thought you
this
were-
is yeah.
It's
No,
not
this is
the Philphonic
this
one,
is
bro.
it's the same concept as Predator. Like one person is the ghost,
yeah.
and 4 people are the Ghostbusters, and you have to like
Yeah.
there's like contained maps, and the ghost has to haunt the map. Like if you're inside like one of them's inside like a prison, right? Each individual room of the prison has its own haunt meter, and you have to get it up to 100% to haunt the room. And so you gotta go around like room to room, and you haunt it by like possessing things that scares people. Like your whole point is you gotta scare the civilians. And
Okay. So you gotta do what the librarian does in the movie, like throw all the books around and do all
basically,
that dumb shit.
yeah. Exactly.
The kind of shit.
You make objects fly around the room and scare people. You send out like little ectoplasma critters to go scare them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
you can
it's cool.
slime
It's
them,
good.
right? Remember correctly, you can like tackle the
You can,
Ghostbusters and slime them.
you
I
can
think I remember that.
totally you can play as Slimer and you can slime them. Yeah.
No, that's cool. Other mission is I don't know if you remember Vito. What's his name? Vito or Vigo from Ghostbusters 2? I think it was Ghostbusters 2.
Oh right, yeah,
Vigo.
yeah.
the painting.
Yeah.
Oh, you're missing
Yeah.
this Vigo. Shout out to him. He actually did a cameo for the game, the last game that we got, the licensed one, before these two. You know, I'm talking about the one that they did for PS4 or PS3, and then they rebrought it for PS4. That one.
Right.
So that was
that
cool.
was actually good.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed
game, that game was good. People talked about that game.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah, it was-
I prefer that. That actually, it's funny because when that game got re-brought out for PS4, if I remember correctly, that's when they had that god awful Ghostbusters movie, and everybody's like, "This is why I just played the Ghostbusters game. It's 5 times better." Yeah, Vigo, that guy. But shout out to Loba. I didn't even see this. $2 super chat. He says Square made Gotham Knights look polished. Yeah, agreed.
What's that?
He made. He said Square Enix made Gotham Knights look polished. What he said. That's what.
What I'm trying to like.
Okay, he's talking about. He's talking about Forspoken. He's talking about Forspoken.
Because of the
Forspoken
resolution being low, even though Gotham Knights is 30 FPS.
It looked good. Yeah, like you can say that about Gotham Knights. Like, yeah, Gotham Knights is not the most going on, but visually, I mean, it's passable. Looks good visually. I had no issues visually.
Gotham Knights.
Yeah. I know issues with the visuals.
Yeah, I kind of didn't like that everything is at night and like there's literally like no like every time you go out for a night, everything just looks the same.
Oh,
like,
dude, they patched
it always
that
just
glitch.
looks the same.
Dude, you remember when we were on the motorcycles and I told you to stop? And I literally just told you to turn the camera around, look at your motorcycle, and you know, like that little blur effect makes your bike look like it's going fast. It was still there. They just said, "Oh man, it was so much stuff going on with that game. So much stuff."
It was all right. It was all right. I think I probably should go back and look at it just to make sure I'm like correct. But in my head, I still remember the Arkham games looking better than.
Oh yeah.
I know people were like posting images side by side of like here's Arkham and here's Gotham Knights, and I'm like, okay, Arkham looks better.
Yeah, agreed. You said Gotham games are at night. True, but not really. Well, okay, and gameplay wise, gameplay is wise. Story wise, not really. Because we did see the sun and Batman. What was it? The first Arkham game where he like flies off in the jet. Did we see? I guess either Bane or Killer Croc grab the Titan.
No, dude, that was still at night, bro.
It was in day.
Yeah,
the night was over with. I'm pretty sure the day was over with. The night was over with. It was.
Oh, did I tell you? I actually got the platinum for that game.
Which one?
Gotham Knights.
I did too. Hey, you actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got some DLC.
Totally.
I mean, they gave us the Ultimate Edition, so I mean, we could play it if you ever wanted to play it. Go through those bosses, playthroughs, beat those levels, because they had like that challenge thing.
It was night.
It was at night when
he flies away, and it's night.
Oh, I thought it was day. Well, I thought it was day. But yeah, no, that was cool. Yeah, Space Marine 2 is going to be funny. It's going to be fun to see too.
That's not so funny.
I was going to say funny, but yeah, it's going to be funny. No, the reason why I said it's funny because if y'all remember that movie Fifth Element, remember those little golden little robot things in the beginning of the film? They kind of look like that body structure. Right? It kind of reminds me of those little dudes, the little duck walks in the frame. But nah, man. Good show, man. Interesting topics. I hope you guys had fun. It's always a pleasure to talk with the guys about everything. I think we pretty much destroyed everything topic-wise. We all had some great points on it. Make sure you guys follow everybody. And also, shout out to Hunter for making it to 75,000 Twitter followers. I see you, my guy. Congratulations on that. Almost 100K. See, you always say, oh, I'm over-exaggerating. You're 25K away from 100,000. You're almost there. You're almost there. But
you were saying that at like 60 though. You were like, oh,
no.
Dude's got 100. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like just over halfway there, man.
I'm over there. Don't jinx it. Just go with it. So,
Dude, I think I told you guys, man. I have no problem telling this on the stream, but dude, I'm telling like content creators, if you wanna see your Twitter grow at a faster rate than it's currently growing, like the Twitter blue, man. I don't know what else to say.
I tested this too as well. Like I've been putting like regular tweets out, and I've been noticing like it doesn't really go out as much. So I was like, so it looks like I gotta buy this. Just regular tweets, not crazy tweets. No crazy. Like
sorry, what were you testing? You
like you know like the traction.
You didn't buy blue, right?
No, I don't have blue. No, I don't buy. No, I'm talking. So you know when you tweet on Twitter, like you just like put out random tweets or just say something like that. I was testing to see how far it would get. But you know they have this new thing on Twitter where it shows how many people viewed the tweet. And I'm seeing dudes with blue, and I'm like, yeah, I'm starting to catch on some stuff here. It's like,
yeah, even your like tweet, one of your tweets on there, I was like 12K likes. I was like, gosh, dang.
Yeah,
dude,
Sony leaving PS4 behind. I was like, jeez.
Yep.
It's just ridiculous, man. People are gonna laugh at me, and they're gonna like call me. They're gonna, tweet at me with like Elon Musk memes and stuff like that. Dude, I don't.
I mean, but here's the thing:
people can do that all they want. I don't care. I'm just excited, man. Like I'm thrilled. Like I was getting like good engagement before.
Yeah, but now it's like elevated. It feels.
But I noticed like it's if I actually go back and look at the numbers, it's probably like almost like double everything.
Yeah.
Like I'll get almost double the views, like double the likes. Like it's just ridiculous.
Dude, Nembellion.
It's really ridiculous. I can't like anyone who wants to actually grow a sizable audience on Twitter, right? And content creators that want to like that really wants to grow their presence on this particular channel. I mean, if you're like a YouTuber and just you tweet just for whatever reasons you don't really care about Twitter, like of course not. But if you're serious about actually building
industry wise and everything.
Yeah, dude, it's I actually like I don't really care so much about the check. Like if because Elon makes decisions, rash decisions like every day. If he like decides that he's going to take it away, like I'm fine with that. I just like the benefit of getting boosted. That's all. Like that's what I'm just paying for to get boosted. I want.
Yeah, everybody has their own reasons. Like some people are buying it for the longer uploads, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, hey, everybody's got
totally.
It.
Well, the higher resolution and longer uploads for sure. That's another big. I don't. Yeah, I post videos from my consoles, so I post videos that way, but I don't post like YouTube videos or anything like that. But
yeah, dude. I don't know. You guys are doing your Twitter Spaces again. That'd be cool too. Help out. That stuff's gonna be interesting. How that goes for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. Like because you were joking about like 100K, and I was I was just like, oh, this guy's like he's like just trying to talk me up, but like as soon as Blue came out and all this, I was like, okay, like it's probably gonna happen. Like,
you're almost there.
It's ridiculous. It's because I know that because I think what actually happens is that you can like there's different topics on Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can actually like subscribe to different topics or whatnot, or even I think that they almost like auto subscribe you if you talk about PlayStation all the time. You just get like autos in your like not your follow feed but your curated feed. They give you like people that tweet about the same things that you do, right?
Yeah.
I think when you subscribe to Blue, they just like in those topics they just bubble you up to the top. Like you're when people search PlayStation 5 topics on Twitter, like I'm guessing they probably see some of my tweets based on the results. So hey, it's like marketing, man. It's like for
hey, I mean
it's $8 for marketing. Hey man, that's pretty cheap for marketing.
Probably gonna be 11, and now I think that's reports are going around. It's probably gonna be like 11, but I mean
no. So
no.
It depends on what
it's $8 on the web browser, $11 on the mobile like app stores because they take a percentage of the cut on the mobile app stores that he didn't account for. Therefore,
wait. We mean like mobile app, like you can buy it separately.
Like
on
the Google
on
Play
iOS.
Store.
Oh,
Apple
okay.
Store.
Apple Store, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They increase it by I think 30.
That's why you just get the web version. Like you do the payment through the web.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. But let me see here. Let me close everything here. Yeah, but no, that's pretty much the show, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everybody for joining us on this Friday. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend, play some games, have some fun, be safe. And yeah, man, make sure you guys follow everybody. Go check out Red Hood, in his streams. Make sure you guys follow Hunter here. Get him to 100K. He's getting there. He's getting closer there, closer and closer every week. And of course, check out Blaze Solidcast, which I'm pretty sure will be back tomorrow. But yeah, let's do their outros and let's close the show. Red Hood.
That was a good show. It'll be interesting stuff to talk about tomorrow. Oh, not tomorrow. Next week, Friday, because of Forspoken
Episode
releasing,
2,
and then
Last of Us, yeah.
oh yeah, and episode 2,
Well,
and then Dead Space
Space.
remake.
Oh yeah,
So-
true. Dead Space.
Isn't Dead Space? I think is coming out next Friday, right?
Yeah, next Friday.
Okay. I'm gonna try my best to be here, but like
It's probably
gonna
gonna be
tough.
midnight. It's gonna be midnight release, right? Thursday.
Thursday
then.
midnight, yeah.
Late Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
If
So
I'm
yeah.
distracted next week, I'm secretly
I already know.
remote playing Dead Space on my PC wall.
Oh, dude, I already know everybody's gonna be lost in it. I saw the shots with the different lighting from what we got before. I was like, damn, it looks so damn good. So good.
Oh yeah, and then yeah, there's an Xbox, director, whatever, the developer direct. Don't expect
Yeah.
much from it. I'll be streaming that,
Yeah.
streaming Dead Space remake, probably Thursday at midnight.
Make sure you tune in. He's gonna be
And-
scared.
No, I'm not gonna be scared. And what else? Like, yeah, I'm not streaming Forspoken. I'm not getting the game. It is what it is. It's not worth $70 to me. So look forward to those streams. I'm trying to make a Final Fantasy 16 most anticipated details type of video thing. I gotta actually make a good thumbnail though. So
Hit up
before
hit up
doing all
producer extraordinaire. Right
oh yeah, of course. So
Smart
oh
ass.
boy, here we go. But yeah, make sure to follow everybody here. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and if you're listening on Spotify or anything like that, make sure to rate it and all that.
Yep.
Hopefully, guys,
Yeah.
stay healthy, take it easy, and be safe.
Make sure you
And enjoy gaming.
Yeah, like Red Hood said, make sure you guys check out our external home. We're on Spotify and Anchor, and it's gonna be everywhere else as well. So I'm waiting for approval for everything else, so everything will be transferred over there as well. So make sure you guys go support. If you guys want to take RGT on the go, this episode will be uploaded probably later on tonight if I can get it. If not, early in the morning. So you guys go. Hunter?
Yeah, man, I'm digesting this Marvel Avengers news. It's pretty, it's pretty sad, but not unexpected. But yeah, man, yeah, I think yeah, next week is just gonna be fun. I always enjoy when divisive games drop. Like to me, it's because I'm always like on the outskirts. I'm never in the fighting in the arena pit.
Yeah.
In the octagon fighting, but the same thing happened with like the Last of Us Part 2 and the Pokemon games. I mean, like literally as soon as a game releases that everybody hates, they all think about the next game they're gonna hate.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I can't wait. Next week is next week is gonna be a bloodbath. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see the carnage.
You're gonna be all for it. Your Twitter feed's
people
gonna be
are-
hilarious.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like with Forspoken dropping, like some people are gonna, or some places, like this happens with every game, but probably some sites are gonna rate it mid. Some are gonna praise it. Some are gonna say it's like the best thing since sliced bread. It's gonna be a whole spectrum
Yeah.
of opinions on it, and no matter what people say about it, people are gonna have the same opinion of the game that they had before. Like the opinion. Even if everyone comes out and it's like, oh, dude, it's like 9 out of 10, it's the best game I ever played, everyone's still gonna hate it just because people love hating things. So I can't wait. Like we're gonna have like so many meltdown tweets to talk about next week, which is always fun.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I'm just stoked actually because Dead Space is coming out next week, which is just the best thing ever.
Yep.
And we're getting every day that goes by is one day closer to Hogwarts Legacy. I just cannot, like I cannot wait for
You said
that.
you're Ravenclaw, right? As you said, you're gonna be Ravenclaw.
I actually want the Sorting Hat to pick. So if there's a random
okay.
option, yeah, I wanna like, I guess like Harry Potter. I guess you're saying the people can sometimes choose or like slant the Sorting Hat, but
Yeah.
I want to go in like what I feel like is like the default, which is
Yeah,
the hat chooses and whatever it chooses.
you're all in.
I mean, yeah.
I think what
just-
they do,
it's-
I could be wrong, but like they have websites that like
They do, you can
answer
choose it.
questions,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
then they
And-
kind of like decide on your personality or something like that.
Yeah.
My just so it's on the record, because I wanted, my first choice was Slytherin, my second choice is Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw is my last. So
I love how
I-
nobody talks about Gryffindor. They're like, dude, Gryffindor is just
Yeah,
too in the face.
Dude,
I
I'm
want
being
Gryffindor's not
Slytherin.
even- not even in-
Listen, I'm being Gryffindor, but I'm gonna use the kill spell.
Yeah, I don't know
That's
about
exactly what's gonna happen, bro. I'm gonna get the
Yeah.
dark arts and get the forbidden
that.
spell.
I'm gonna tell you, that game is gonna be a 10 out of 10. You're gonna see me geek out if like the Sorting Hat goes over my head and the hat starts doing that face it did to Malfoy, like he stinks like Slytherin.
Yeah.
Did that weird ass face like Slytherin. Didn't even
one
touch
thought-
his hair.
the thing, actually, I guess I could probably say the same thing about Dead Space, but it's been actually a while since I like, before playing games, my perception of it is that it's like extremely high quality. Like every time I look at Hogwarts Legacy, whenever I see any trailers for that, to me it just seems extremely high quality. Like everything looks great, and same with Dead Space. So hopefully both games deliver. I guess we'll find out in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, some really, Resident Evil 4, I guess, is probably the next one after that I think like absolutely is going to deliver based on what I've seen.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, lots of game. I wish I had less life things to do and I could just game more.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
Exactly, Sean. Kill the spare. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you guys again for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. And y'all be good. We out.
Happened to Blaze. I guess Blaze is